took some doing. Let me move this over here. Oh, I can't find it. No. I was so sure I had that here. Oh, well, we'll go with the classic. Where's Unstable World? There it is. Excellent. We always start off the best way possible. Excellent. I got that over here. Oh, let's get the stretch in there. What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Hardcore, and we're back today. This time we've got some exciting news and new costumes for everybody. That's what I'm talking about. Because right now we've got ourselves the brand new Shizuru costume and the Race Queen outfits for the lovely Rinko and Rin over here. Great stuff. Before we get started, we've got some things to look at. Well, actually, I need to first turn this on, borrow some skill points, and there we go. Okay. Have I seen the remodel mommy? It looks like they nerfed her. We'll talk about her later, but first we're going to go over Shizuru's new update real quick before we get to the other secondary stuff. So Shizuru gets her little costume update she got the other day. And frankly, it's in the costumes. Frankly, this is like one of her, honestly, it's a miss sort of costume for me. As much as I like Shizuru, this doesn't really fit her style. I mean, she's very, well, no, it does fit her style in the sense that she's a very graceful and acrobatic sort of person when she fires off her whip attacks. But this case, it's like, I don't know, it just feels sort of missing. It feels just sort of like lacking in this sense. Like, she's fat as hell, but like, the little side dressing right there, not my most favorite. If I could remove that through traditional means and not have to use like a Unity editor, that would be fine by myself. But it's like the rest of it though, it's pretty good. Obviously, giving her the upped hairstyle, you can keep her glasses on, you can take it off. It's really good stuff. I mean, the way you can color it too is really nice. Because I got myself like this nice royal blue situation with green. I really like that. But it's like, honestly, it's kind of just, it's okay. It's a nice look. I'm like kind of 50-50 on it, but she's still pretty regardless. But let's get to the real meat of the situation, which I always am so concerned about. Also, I mean, she's always had the clipping, but this is much more pronounced. Moulin Rouge. This is the package weapon you get out of it. It increases the damage of all allies within the range of Rose Rondo by 30%. It's a 20% base at 1.5, maxes out at 40. And then it reduces the defense of critical attacks on enemies that got hit by Rose Rondo. This buff applies like the second you activate the skill. Same thing with the defense down, like when Rose Rondo hits somebody. So the first hit of Rose Rondo will come out, it gets the hit, and then the other subsequent 4 hits will now do increased damage. So they'll just like scale higher and higher in terms of power. And this attack buff actually comes out before the animation, before the attack even starts. So she already gets a 30% like immediate increase in boost. This lasts for 5 seconds. So we'll go look at her supporter, because I've been messing around with Shizuru on this to go see if I can make it anything special. Because the supporter is actually, it's interesting to say the least. Fortitude increases like this character's defense. I don't exactly have known what Fortitude does. I understand it makes the character's defense like substantially higher, but I don't really understand it because it's like there's not a lot in the game that truly explains Fortitude. If anyone can really explain that sort of thing, that would be nice. Because the 81 skills, when you upgrade characters, they have Fortitude in the back that maxes out at 5%. At 1.5, this has like, I think 5%, so it maxes out at 10, so it's pretty substantial stuff. So giving natural Fortitude in the background is really nice. And it increases the duration of the buffs a character gets by an X amount of time, so this is 3 seconds. The Rose Rondo buff that you get off there is 5 seconds permanently. So this can go up to 8 seconds. The cooldown, maximum cooldown for Rose Rondo is like 11.5 seconds. So you only have 3 seconds when the buff goes down. So this also applies to other people as well. So you saw I say like, oh, I've got Shizuru in the part. I'm playing as Shizuru in Time of VR, and I have like Asagi and Murasaki on the side. So if they're in range of when Shizuru uses this, they have an 8-second 30% attack buff. That's because that's the level I have it right now, and it lasts for 8 seconds. So that's pretty substantial stuff. Making buffs last longer is always very worthwhile. However, Shizuru has a problem innately with all of her skills being extremely long animations. Like they're like miles and miles long, and you're waiting days on end to get them to resolve. It makes Rose Rondo really difficult to use and actually get the buff off. So what do they have here? They have a passive increase to the speed of suppressed type characters. There's also the suppressed type character speed boost for the supporter setup. I forget what those are called. That also gives a 10% boost. This can stack together with that. Alongside that, if you have a character who also has a speed boost item, or a speed boost weapon, or a speed boost passive on their skill anywhere, this can keep stacking with it. So you can get it to like really insane speeds, like up to 50% and beyond. So this is really nice to have. You have to put this in the main slot, which honestly is very hurtful because this call is a defensive call. It's a 40% recovery at it lasts 5 seconds. So if you have this in the main slot, it's going to last 8 seconds in there. So you have to activate it and know that you're going to die within 8 seconds, which is kind of crap in the first place. There's a reason why it's not Hisui, it's whatever her face is that has like activates on death is so strong, because when you're gonna die, it's gonna happen pretty much instantaneously. Like when you start getting on really high level time of VR floors, you're gonna lose like all of your health in 2 seconds, or you're just going to scrape out, barely making it out of there. And 70 seconds is like a day and a half in this sort of game. So you're really playing a turtling situation and really hoping for the best in that you're going to get this off. Because in practice, like I've sat down and tried to use this myself, and like if I knew I was going to get into a situation where I was going to die, like I had the foresight to do it, like I would activate this and she would recover her health and be fine. Since this is based off of your maximum HP, like if you're playing her with like 28,000 health, you're going to recover like 12,000 health. That's, you know, pretty crap. If you're about to die and you're taking like 2,000 damage per hit, like you're just going to get like smoked again. So if like this is something you would stack like a bunch of HP behind her, activate it, and you'll heal like 24,000 health, because I usually play Shizuru like in a defensive sense with like 65,000 health and even higher really, because she needs it. She needs to be able to tank stuff and like use her percent healing tick with I forget what the healing skill is called, but you get the idea. This is the sort of supporter that you take on like every other suppressed character though in the game. Like let's look at it real quick. Let's see who's all suppressed in the game. It's like Rin is suppressed, Yukikaze suppressed, Murasaki, Oboro. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is Micah suppressed? No, she's not. It's 7. It's about 7 right there. She's protected, isn't she? I'm pretty sure she is, yeah. So that's 7 characters that get extreme value out of a 10% innate speed boost that you put in the main slot. So it's worthwhile, because that's a more defensive supporter for people who need they need some help in their making their survival last even longer. Because you're not going to be using that as like an attack call where you're trying to break down some armor. So someone like Rin, who can already move extremely fast, gets a nice benefit out of it. Asuka gets an extreme benefit out of this, because actually she can, because there's a nice fun little build I had with her, is this. Like, you put the Shizuru supporter in the main slot. It's a 10% speed boost. You can, if I had it, you could get the 10% supporter boost, innate supporter boost. She has her own supporter that does gives her 40% more damage at maximum value. And then you can have another third set with Lydia, the damage with Stella, Homura, crit boosting supporters, anything really. You can go absolutely nuts with Asuka on this. She loves this. She loves anything that makes her faster, and then it's 10% speed boost. You already feel the difference. It makes her animations snap like a Slim Jim. Murasaki loves this sort of stuff too. She already is she's so slow. So anything that can make her go faster, great. It's great, great, great. Love that on her. Yukikaze, not so much, because you want her in green, because every other color with her is crap. And even then I want to use Angel Asuka with her because of how many hits she deals. But the defensive options, I don't think there's a lot of people that have defensive options in red, because red is more or less for assault. Shizuru herself is a team mom situation where here it is, Sprout Garden. Sprout Garden is the type of skill you want to set this up for. You get out your Sprout Garden, you use Rose Rondo, get a 30% attack buff, everybody's slowed down, you can get a nice damage cascade going. Though the slow doesn't work very well in time of VR because everything decreases debuffs, resists debuffs, resists criticals, and also it's also a healing field. So you have to sit inside there, which is honestly one of my least favorite situations to heal with. It's a low percent based heal. If this did you put it in green to make its a restoration amount to 5 or 6%, and even then it's Aina innately heals at 5%. It's huge. Pretty good stuff though. Get all my medicine out there. It makes my mouth all metallic tasting. Where is it? What flip shot? Okay. And then we have obviously since they want to make Rose Rondo even stronger, they keep incentivizing you to play it this way. And obviously it's Rose Rondo. You got to be up close. She has startup, and it's it takes some getting used to use, because the amount of range it has is it's enormous. You can actually just stand just outside. You can stand pretty far away and still get use out of it. You don't need to be on the ass end up of someone else. You're going to learn that pretty quickly, because if you want this attack to resolve and get the use out of it you got to be decently close with you can probably be within 2 meters. It's okay. But but that's also why this probably has I need to equip it again. This is also probably why the Fortitude boost exists on the supporter, is because Shizuru needs to be more defensive because of her long cooldowns, because of her long animations. She needs to have some bulk behind her. And then you use Rose Rondo, you get the shit kicked out of you. Oh no, suddenly I'm almost dead, so I'm going to activate my supporter, do it again, activate my supporter, bring back to life, and try to turtle up so I can actually get my healing field off and try to get a combo going. However, it's a healing field. Oh, it's a healing field. It's always one of those situations where it's I'm iffy on it, because they usually scale really well with people who stack health. But when you're trying to use it in a combat scenario, you're going to get crowded. Shizuru needs range solution. Shizuru has a lot of problems, but she's pretty, so I can give it a pass. My goodness, she's so pretty. Yeah, it said she has Fortitude. Do I know what Fortitude means? Fortitude is it has something to obviously do with defense, because I think the opposite one is with criticals. It breaks through enemy critical resist. Critical resist is a thing that's been in the game for a very long time. It's really noticeable in time of VR. So even on the low floors of time of VR, people have critical resist. So if if you're used to someone like Astaroth doing 500,000 damage on if you're used to her doing 250,000 damage a tick on Hellblaze, and it suddenly is not, and is now doing 100,000 or less damage on a critical, that's because they have critical resist in there. The opposite of suppress, not suppress, but the opposite thing of fortitude. Ooh, goodness, I'm burping. The opposite thing of fortitude fixes that. So if I'm gonna infer, I'm probably gonna be wrong. Fortitude would do the same thing because higher level enemies, like in Time of VR, they also have higher level defense. So that allows you to bypass a certain percentage of enemy armor. So, where is it? So if you have like higher defense yourself, I guess, well, oh god, what is it called? I need to just look at the stat itself. These are all my stats. Pierce, that's it. This is the one that goes through enemy critical defense. Endure. Hold on, I think because it's on the actual Magatamas somewhere. It's on my defensives or something. No, I don't want to inspect. No. It's something to do with defense. It's probably there to help protect your characters from like substantially high amounts of damage. So if you got a crit, that crit is gonna be somewhat weakened. If I had to think about that, I think Cygnus on Twitter, you can go ask him about that because I'm very sure he knows what fortitude is. That's something I've because I found out what the other one does, what Pierce does. The other one not so much. So is it kind of like Tsukiko supporter and that reduces crit damage on me or a chance of it occurring? It probably reduces critical damage on your character, which is very, very much worthwhile on anybody, because getting critted on doing crits is great. Getting critted on, not so much. Like me taking a 4,000 damage critical on someone that has like 28,000 health, yeah, that's not very good. I'm not exactly sure on that. And that's another really big problem about this game, is that they don't have the notation for these like new situations, because I'm pretty sure they just added a new thing the other day with the update. I'm trying to find it, I gotta read it on here I think it's in the patch notes. Oh, you've got the gotcha. Oh my god. Wait, where is it? Yeah, it just says bug fixes. It's like new stat is added. Resistance of critical attacks is a stat which reduces critical rate of damage taken in accordance with the stat value. I have no idea how to find that. I don't know where to see it. You don't want to get critted by Yukikaze. You don't want to get critted by also those stupid fucking mechs in Time of VR. I think it's the yellow one that has where it stands still and fires the machine gun, and the AI just absolutely loves running into that thing and exploding their health. I've seen my 80,000 health and above Aina just dash up there, do her gun spin attack, and just evaporate. I'm like, wow. Thanks a lot, girls. You're really doing a good job. Oh yeah, Rinko's Gale Slash is yeah. Let's actually look at that. Actually, well, hold on. We'll look at now we've taken a look at Shizuru. I've exhausted that for as of right now. But Wind Slice. Here's the thing: when Rinko does the dashing animation and makes first contact, that is melee damage. You can see it actually be modified by that. You put the melee damage supporter on there and take a before and after, it will do 30% more damage because you make an impact on it with it. The slashes themselves are ranged. And then she even has and if you have Shosu, she does it twice. That means she does the single dash, the burst, another dash, and then another burst behind her. It's an extremely devastating skill because of it. She gets both scalings. It's insane. It's obvious, even if it's got the split damage right there, this is not a garbage skill. It's the best thing that she's ever had, and she's probably ever going to have. But also, let's check out the race costumes. We got Racist Rinko over here, baby. Looking fantastic. Oh, I gotta find out how the zoom is. There we go. Oh my god, it's so slow. We got Racist Rinko over here. Looking fantastic. Looking great. Woo! I got mine in a black and pink, and I was very happy about that. It looks great on her. Is Rinko the bustiest? She looks even bustier than Mommy, even. It's like, actually, they share the same body type and skeleton, which is like large adult female one. Stop saying racist. Like, what? How can I not say they're racist, though? Like, they're fans of racing. Like my goodness, they're like victory posing and everything. Look at that. Look at those go. Wow, that is good. Really great stuff. I like it. I like the cutouts. I like the accenting that they have with it. I like Shizuru's a lot, actually, too, because she just has, like, you know, she's wearing the jacket like Rinko has here, but it's just like, you know, it just got a gigantic hole cut out for her tits in there. It's great. You just stick it all the way out. I think it actually can mess around with her hair with it. No, you can't. You could take the glasses off. That's about it. Rinko's is really nice. I really like this a lot. Rin's is really cool too. Like the default color for it is nice. I like the red thing she's got going on here. She looks like a Yusei from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Look at this. They got just like a hole cut out for her ass because it's like they couldn't fit her in the costume before, so it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna cut the whole thing out. I need to fit in here. Can't even zip up anything either because it's like enormous. She's got them 5Ds, all right. That's right, baby. It's definitely worth the gems. 350 a piece. Spend a good 700 on both of them. I think each one of these race costumes has been limited too. Like if you missed it, it's gonna probably not come back for a whole year. Because I think who has them right now? It's Rin, Rinko, Shizuru, Micah, and Murasaki, and Aina. So that's 7 people. For that 6 people. Because like it comes in this yellow color, and it's like I don't like that very much. This one though I like a lot. I like mine where it gave her like purple and like this yellow thing. This is great. I like this a lot. Like it feels like something that she would actually, you know, she would wear. And the only thing we have toggle on is the glasses. You can't take off the volt whips behind her because that's too much for Gremory. How you doing there, buddy? I can't pronounce your name, but welcome. More or less welcome to everybody who's just showing up. We're just hanging out here and looking at some of the new costumes over here. I think this is a thing that's like... Yeah, all the Taimanin costumes are not available at the same time. Wow, goddamn, her ass is just literally out there. They can't even contain it. It's like they just had to cut it out. It's like you know how they have like a C-section for like pregnant women when they have that? They had like an A section for all this. Like, my goodness. Better not be cold out there. More or less I want to see it get cold because I want to see them things seize up. Ooh lordy. Because I think the only ones that I don't have is like, yeah, I've missed Volt's Christmas because I don't like this costume. We got Racist Murasaki in purple. I don't know, the original color for blue is really nice. It's just really hard to beat that. Stop. Because who all has Taimanins? Like, let's see. Who has, like... I don't know, like the race costumes for these girls are like, you know, they're all really good. Like this Shizuru is like also another one of my favorites because like look at this. Like my god, it's like they have a whole entire cutout right there. It's like, wow, you just gotta reach out and grab it because it's like it's right there, just sitting on the shelf. You can't adjust her hair sadly, but you can take off the hat. Yeah, Aina has hers. Honestly, Aina's is like the weakest out of the whole series, but I don't blame it since it was like the very, very first one we got. All the way back in February, too. Like all the other erase costumes have, like, you know, they all have like shiny features, lots of advertising sponsors and details. Aina's is just like, if this was the idol outfit and they changed a little bit of the coloring and like if the checkered flags, all that's not on there, I would think this is just the idol costume. It's a sad situation for Aina. Because now that everybody else is getting the race costumes, it's like we got Murasaki's, we got Rin's, Rinko's, Shizuru's, Micah's over here. Well, I like Micah's outfit. I like Micah's idol outfit a lot. Like, man, Racing Queen Micah, like, she's blazing up out there. Like, she's fat as hell at this. And my God. The jacket can't even go around it. She had to cut the chest part out. But yes, we're just sitting around here comparing racing outfits. It's like Rin wins. It's like, I don't know. Rinko's doing pretty good over here with her. She's got to compete with Big Mommy over here. The Asagi and Asuka Taimanals are amazing. The others are pretty lackluster. Let's see. Like, Sakura's Taimanal outfit was the dog, I think. I think I bought that. It's somewhere. Yeah, this. Playful Puppy. This one is like, this was a disappointment. I remember I was playing on like Postal Brain Damage, like on stream. We got the update about this, and I was like, this is not very good. Though Emily's is like one of the best. Yeah, UFS giraffe. It's a fucking giraffe of all things. It's like, but they made Emily the giraffe look sexy. How can you like? I don't know how they did it, but they like, we made a giraffe sexy, everybody. A tactical giraffe. Like, she's like the boss if she had like, you know, for Metal Gear, if she had like a mech walking suit, like Big Boss and Metal Gear 1 for the pooper Nintendo. Like, this is a good costume for her. Honestly, like, I rotate between giraffe, default, and the gunslinger costume because like they're all super good. Autumn one is seasonal because it's like, you know, I wear it in autumn. It's very nice. UFS Giraffe's probably my favorite Emily costume, though. Because it's like... Though I think, like, my favorite Taimanal's costume has to be Red Fox. Like, look at this. This is peak Asuka costume right here. It's got the ears. It's got, like, the enormously huge arrows. The bell. It's got the tie on, apparently. It's got the tail. It's the size of a goddamn truck bumper. And it's Asuka. How can you go wrong with her, fellas? It's great. You can't change her hair, but you can change the way it looks. Really great stuff. I mean, it's Asuka. I am legitimately by default going to say, like, she's great. Alright, we have cleared the costumes. It's like... Oh, Asagi's one is like, Asagi has the fox costume as well. It's somewhere around here. No, it's at the beginning because it's a limited series. Yeah, she has the fox. It looks nice. It's kind of weaker compared to Asuka since it has the cropped ears instead of the standing up ears. Like, Asagi has like a lot of really good costumes, but it's like, you know, I wish you could have the stand up ears. I don't know, it makes her look like the classy, sultry lady that she is. So I don't mind that. She's my number one gal. She makes it work, goddammit. How do players make Emily strong in the first place? Well, first of all, they get her to 81. They make racial specific Magatamas, and they go give her like 3, and they get her with 255 weapons, and that's it. It's Emily, dude. You build anything with you build pretty much almost anything with Emily, you can get away with it. Like, my Emily has been 75 for 3 years. I don't need to get her to 81 because if I got her to 81, there's like, it would just be more of the same. Granted, if like I wanted to take her to like, you know, Tower 75, she would have some trouble. But if I put her on 81, she wouldn't be a problem. Kiara's, where is it? I know it's here. Ooh, I missed the Christmas one. That sucks. Yeah, that's why I can't find it. This is like the worst. This is honestly the worst Taimanal's costume. Like everybody, you know, gets like they get the foxy ears. That's fine and dandy. She gets the stupid little gloves and then 4 tails. It's just like, hey, we just took her regular outfit. It is actually her regular outfit. Gave her like some Sujing Lei gloves, 4 tail accessories, the hat, and called it a day. This was 350 gems and released against Asuka. Terrible, terrible set. Let's see. I don't want to play the dailies. I use Emily when I put on my times 10 setup and leave her alone because she can do it. I mean, who else but Sora can rock the fox look? Does it better than everybody else and does it while being one of the most like efficient characters in the game. Like, my goodness, she is unstoppable. Love her. I don't think Shiranui has one. Yes, she does, actually. It's a very forgotten Taiman's costume because it was Golden Pass only. Phantom Mermaid. That was last year in August. Ugh, what a shit show. But speaking of our super duper mommy, we have the update that came out. That's coming out, I think, the 2nd of May. I remember that because I have to work that day, and I also have an appointment that night before. Do I play Nike? I do not. Dude, I don't even play Nier, so it's like it's already a double miss for me. All right, let me pull up the. Where is it? Let me pull that up. I gotta pull that up here on my end, so I can find out where is window capture 2. Action Taimanin. All right. There it is. Cool. Yes, this is my web browser. So we have the Phantom Meet Shiranui package that's coming out on May the 2nd. So she's gonna get a new weapon. It's probably not gonna be anything, you know, groundbreaking stuff. It may modify Karazu Garuma for the most part, but this is like, you know, this is obviously the iOS version that they put out there. So in terms of things that they're going to change, it's like obviously they gave her the reflective texture all over her entire body this time. Goodness. They give that on her. I don't know if it doesn't feel like they exactly nerfed her and everything like that. It just feels like somewhat more the same. It's hard to tell because, like, you know, they use the censored version and it's like we can't really tell like what worked here. It almost feels like they just added the reflective texture and left it at that. Maybe they changed some facial features for her. Let's take a look. I'm sure, like, here, I'll copy the link and put it in, like, I'll put it in there. It's for you guys. Go back in the game. Alright. Yeah, it's mostly a visual update. Because it's like, it doesn't feel like anything really changes. Because, like, even when every time that I see, like, the little video clip go around, it's her default outfit. It doesn't look like exactly anything gets bigger or smaller in the most important area. She's still fat as hell back here. I mean, maybe they probably clean up her face a little, probably tighten up some features. Do that. They're obviously going to add the glossy texture all over her entire costume. That's going to work. They're going to change some animations with her, probably tweak some skills like with the Asiago, most likely. Because honestly, like, she's going to look fine. She looks fine right now. I don't see much a need for her to get crazy. So let's as much as I don't like doing immediate speculation, because it's like I'm gonna probably be wrong, because what I want to happen is, like, logical, and the things that are going to change are mostly illogical. Let's start off with this. Shiranui is one of like the 4th or 5th character to be released in the game. I think she released just after Rinko got in the game. So that means she's been in there from like almost damn near minute 1. So she's got a lot of early game follies that really just hold her, that don't really hold her. She's still very good. It's like, but you don't use every one of her skills. In a modern age of action Taimanin, you use pretty much every one of the character's skills. Like, let's see, Shiranui's got all these. Okay, the most recent character is Saika. Saika has, right here, every single one of these skills. Even Gale Kick, a skill that I said normally is like, it's iffy at best. I can find a use for this. I can make it work because it's quick. It happens fast. It gives good damage. It's got great effects. That doesn't really happen on someone like, where is she? There she is. That doesn't really happen with like early beginning game characters. They have a lot of skills that kind of just suck or are totally broken. Like, well, first of all, I'm sure everybody knows this. I hate these. They're terrible. They are very smart in starting to phase these out and never bringing him in there. This is effective. She has effectively 9 skills at this point. It looks nice from the beginning. This is what you advertise your game with, but it's not good. Oh, it sucks. It's really bad. No one ever uses this. Like Sogetsuin, this is a really good skill. I like it because it's a very strong range solution on a character who has to get in very close. So give speed, that's great. Sogetsuin, I don't need to worry too much about this skill because they already gave her a rework a long time ago, and it made some of these skills really nice. Like Sogetsuin, I know is one they picked up because they got 15% boost. This could probably do without something else, like probably, if anything, like now that I actually understand how particle charge on those skills work, like a 3% particle charge on it, yeah, this has Pierce. Put 3% particle charge on every person hit with this. That'll make it insane. And in critical rate. Don't touch this. This is fine. Probably give it a charge boost. Senko. We could probably live without the water illusion. No. This is good because it makes 2 attacks. It makes, I think, it's the initial 2 hits with the spear and then shoots the water illusion. This is fine. This is like one of her most devastating skills ever. This innately should knock the enemy down or stun them. Because modern skills in this age, more modern skills, have all-in-one features. So you want to make this a big ol' a big win. Give this armor. Give this armor. Or give it a knockdown. Shinen Shinshoku. It's hard to say what I would want to do with this. Let's see. Whenever I typically like to use this, I like using the for range boost. No. I don't ever play her in blue very much. Because automatic attack damage, it's like, the attack damage I could live without. I would honestly say like give this a critical boost. Because frequency, this is honestly a sort of pretty mess situation because you just use this as a poking tool from ranged. I don't have as many choice words for this as I do for Kazaguruma. Kazaguruma is consistently terrible. Like man, this is like a nuts ass skill. Like you can tell this is obviously a skill that they had since like the very beginning, because I think, let's see, Yukikaze Asuka does not have this. Yukikaze, Asagi, and Rinko, they all have skills like this that make them have to sit still and press buttons a lot. This is absolutely fucking crap. because this like when you dodge and then attack, that first hit is the one that does the most damage, and then subsequent hits after do like 70% less damage. This like it's crap. And even then you can like you're stuck in there, you can't get out of it. You have to effectively just dodge, attack, press the button, get out. That's it. Not my most favorite situation. Now they really shouldn't give it. Don't give them invulnerability, because that's like obviously too strong. This needs armor alongside the 50% boost, 50% damage, 50% damage, 50% defense up. That's what this thing is. This is the sort of game like you got that right there, Javen. This is the sort of game that like needs iframes. Like they need more iframes on stuff. Like I want some iframes on the startup of like these big skills, so it doesn't feel like ass to use them, and I invalidate an entire cooldown because I got tagged by Jimmy McPherson smacking me in the back. Like this needs to, for one, this needs to be faster. Like much faster, or give many more hits, because Asagi's version of this skill, like even though it's just, you know, like is effectively the same as this, it's faster and hits way more times. Like you can take that to the tower and it's just like, you know, it'll crush enemy HP really quickly, and even then you don't even need to use the repeated formation, because Asagi will just immediately do the big slash, which does almost all the damage, and then immediately resolve the skill, which does another huge slash around her. Like you can honestly just use Asagi's version as like a big 2-hit AoE suite. It's pretty much like slow Rondo on Asagi. This is just like, why? There's no reason. If anything, I would change this. It would be like, don't give it any more additional attacks. It's already got enough hits. Innate armor. Innate armor, stuns, 150% damage, 150% damage boost. And then you can like, and then since critical boosting has become so much more common with in blue, you could just trade that out of there. Because if you're going to have a skill that makes you have to sit there and just hack away at them, it's like, no thank you. I want a high risk reward situation. Now let's look at Yugen Goku. This is like the enormous nuclear skill that she's like known for. Like if you want time attack records, you take this skill. Like this skill is like, well, let's see. This doesn't need to knock enemies down anymore. Like it knocks enemies up, and then it knocks enemies up. Then the second wave comes and gives them additional damage on the explosion. Well, yeah, it's like Yugen Goku. It's pronounced Yugen Goku. That's how Shiranui pronounces it. Let's see. Increases range, that's fine. Cooldown reduction, that's fine. Or more or less, if they're going to reduce cooldown by 20%, if they're going to take the cooldown out by 20%, no, the 20% off in there, innately apply it to Yugen Goku's initial cooldown. So, like when they did that with Sue, and they made one of her skills, I think, have a longer cooldown, but made it have like much more range and stronger. It's like that's a fine trade-off. And increases damage by 150%. It's like this skill is in green and it has a damage booster, which means you just put all 3 critical supporters and just nuke everything. This like it's immensely strong. However, when you use this in like a time attack situation, it'll knock down the enemies, and then and if they don't die, they have their get up animation, and then they have their long dying animation, which is really annoying. But it's never fun when you can cancel out of the skills, but the enemy can. If it doesn't give you invulnerability, at least let us cancel the skill early with a dodge. The fact we can't cancel skills in the first place is such a very odd situation. Like obviously if we could cancel out of everything, they would need to balance for that, and they don't do that very well in the first place on certain things. Like, I mean, Time of VR exists. You exist to get blown up in that area. Yeah, the fact that we're left in a vulnerable state after a dodge is a joke. It's like, I would think you would have, you know, iframes for the entire animation. But no, you don't. You have them in, like, the actual traveling part, you do. But when you're at, like, when you're at the finishing portion and recovering to make another dodge, you have that little bit of invulnerability, which lets you get tagged and get totally screwed. I don't see much they can change with Yugen Goku besides don't give the knock up. Make it just like have a stun. That would be just fine. Gene Sakai. This is an extremely strong counter skill. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, you can do like 750,000 damage with this thing. Like, it's really, really crazy. But it's also a counter skill that you have to get hit in the first place, and it's a counter skill. It's like, come on, man. I mean, it gives a stun. It gives us, well, this is like the updated version. Before that, it didn't even do this. It did no, before it got updated, it did no damage. It did not stun. I think they changed a lot of things. It's like the reduced cooldown, they could probably, you know, change that to something else in red. Damage boosted for 7 seconds. That's nice because it's 100% uptime. Because it's 7 seconds, so that's about 5 second cooldown, so you can effectively keep looping it if you keep taking damage a lot. She can't heal in blue, so it's like, what are you supposed to do anyways? And particle charge by 5%, it's like, that's on usage. So, yeah. Particle charge here doesn't work very well, because it's usually when you're doing a counterattack, it's against one enemy. So, if particle charge existed on something like Sogetsuen, which has piercing properties and multiple hits, it's like, yeah, that's fine. That works. Yeah, enemies in towers are just hard difficulties. You can just hit there, and so like dodging is almost pointless. Like, dodging is obviously not pointless. It's like fundamental to the game, like learning how to dodge properly. But like the fact that there is I don't know, you want to spam dodge, you're going to get hurt a lot. It's like, the fact that some characters have a cooldown between dodges is like kind of crap. Because some of these range characters who really need to like dodge a lot to get in position really want to not have a 1/4 of a second cooldown between dodges. That sucks a lot. And then you have double dash skills, which is like, oh man, if I press dodge too quickly in certain situations, I'm gonna get totally fucked over. It's great. All right, Gennasian, it's like, it's nice. The illusions have like 0 boosts in the first place. This needs like, I need you to summon more illusions at once, like give me 2 to start off with, or make their scaling different. Don't make them scale like illusion damage or familiar damage. Make them like, I don't know, scale off of like range damage or something like that. Because it would make an actual clones build, you know, viable and like fun to use. Like longer lasting illusions, that's fine. Reduced damage taken is like, you know, that's, I don't really see much need for a damage defense boost up on that. It's like the skill is already nice since you already have a ranged partner with you. And with Shiranui's like none outfit with the weapon on it, the clone can put down Shina and Shinshoku, but that's pretty rare in the first place. You have to really gamble on it. I would honestly say like maybe the illusion could heal damage dealt to the user. Like if this gave, I don't know, like 2% healed a 2% life steal on every attack the illusion makes is sent back to Shiranui. That would be fine because it gives her a healing solution in blue. Because the only healing that she has is Senko and Rondo. Like, my god, these skills are already so great in red. That's it. Like you just, this is the 1-point wonder right here. Like, modern Taimanin would put this like at the end. So you have to like do a triple invest. 1 point, 1 whole point. That means you just put Stella in your party and you have 2% healing, and then you start building your damage from there. That's so good. So what does blue have? Blue doesn't have shit in here. Illusion damage, I don't know. I would almost say like give double damage to illusions, because illusions don't scale off of anything. They need this. They need more damage. Because like you want to take this to like Time of VR, you want to take this to the tower. They don't do shit there. They fucking suck. It's why I take Shinen Shinshoku with me, because it does more damage. Because I think it's like it scales off a ranged. But it has like such a low base damage. It's like, you know, they'll deal only like 10 to 15,000 damage, which is still fine. It does a lot better than this. And her Taimanin art, it's do what Asagi's does. Asagi's actually combines damage and speed together, because when Asagi doesn't have hers on, it makes her attacks really slow. Give Shiranui a 15% innate boost. That's all I want out of her Taimanin art. Because million spears at the end, great. Increased damage, fantastic. This thing hits really hard. So almost just like 15%, 10% boost. Because that first initial hit is like the worst. It's rough. So many characters have that, like they've got almost 1 second. It ranges between 0.8 to 1.1 seconds to get that first attack out there. Shizuru is in that camp of the ladder of like almost 1 second. It sucks. Hold on, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom. I've got like my medicine is fucking with me. Alright, now we're back. More or less, how's everybody been for the last while? Like, we're gonna finish up this for a bit in a minute, and then we'll go farm the event, and I'll show off some Shizuru and like some Shiranui stuff as well. So we'll get the costumes out there and like in a gameplay sense. But I had to go to the bathroom, obviously. And we'll blog and chat for a bit. Let's see, but for a minute we've got. Okay. I'm pretty good over here, Raptor. Well, I'll tell you guys in a second what's been going on. But that's our Taimanin art. Just give her a little speed boost. Like she needs it a little. She just needs it. She just needs to go a little faster. Need to speed up Big Mommy because she's got to move all that weight a lot quicker. She just has to. Because like if anything, like let me try. I want to try and find that that post Cygnus made because it's like it's so perfect. Yeah, let's see. Signa has a stun groggy. Yeah, it's like, yeah, knockback stun. It's like, okay, he's just talking about like incorporate stuff, shorten duration, the lock, get him out of there. Yeah. It's like, okay, I found Cygnus's tweet. It's like, you know, it's pretty much saying what we're talking about here is like shorten animations, give him stuns, give him all that. It's like, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, it's like finish it up, but we'll finish it up with Rondo. This is, you know, it's her 81 skill. It's like one of the 5 81 skills that you tell everybody to get because it's 5% off of 2 hits in red. So it's like insanely good. Damage, it's a defense buff. Great stuff. It can chain it. It can chain itself. Increases speed for 20%. It's like, that's great. It's a nice solid crowd control option. Well, at least when she gets in close. To soften up crowds, though, Shiranui only has, like, she's got Shinen Shishoku, Yugen Goku. You can actually take Yugen Goku and Rondo together, which is pretty nice. Though you leave your... No, actually, you don't leave yourself without healing. You can honestly run a... Actually, you do. You can just run a 1-point Senko with a 2-point Yugen Goku. More or less, it's like she's good so far, but she does need some help in some areas. More or less, everybody needs the ability to dodge out of skills. But our Super Mommy is getting an update, and it's going to be on May 2nd, everybody, so look out for that. Yeah, if she gets close for that, she'll die in the tower. She will die in just about any situation that has huge damage, which is why it's such a big deal for me when when I do like when I get the big Senko off and trade. It's not a one-sided victory where Shiranui gets the skill off and comes out unscathed. No, Shiranui is going to take a substantial amount of damage when she uses Senko or Rondo, which means she's got to crit and heal back all that health she just hit with. Like I get a Senko that hits for 2 million damage, I'm gonna heal back like 56,000 health, which is great. I'm gonna heal like 30,000 health, which is really good. I need that to happen because she just probably took like 15,000 damage worth of her health. All right. That's enough out of talking shop. Let's go play some games. We gotta farm this shit up here. So we got the repeat event. Let's go get Shizuru, bring her up in here. Oh yeah, her own supporter has synergy with this supporter, which is like it's crazy. All right, it's not a times 10 event, but it'll live. But you're starting to feel some Chun-Li vibes over there with Saika. It's like, dude, 100%. Like you see, she's got the spinning bird kick or like the whatever the lightning flash kick is. Like it's the 19 count hit attack. It's like, yeah, she does that. It goes absolutely fucking mental. That's loud. Wow. It's loud on my end. If anything, Shizuru needs like an update. It would help her a lot. As much as I like her, it's like, you know, her model is very pretty, but the attacks don't make her look so good, you know? Like, you wait for Rose Rondo and that's about it. That's the extent of her gameplay. Is there a counter for Emily in Arena? I don't know. It's like, I don't play the Arena very much. But counter solutions to Emily almost seem like making sure Emily can't act, or you try to disable her invincibility in some way. Because if I'm going to get a victory against an Emily, it's just like they're probably under-geared or something like that. Like, I really honestly can't help you guys there with like Arena questions. Because even then, I barely know what to do there. Because mostly when I play Arena, it's like obviously just to get my points to get weapons for them. But I guess a technique to use there would be like start running a whole bunch of stuns. Like find characters who are just like packed to the brim with stuns. Because I think like let's see. Saika, I know for sure, has a lot of stuns. I think 3 of her skills are just dedicated stunners in like green or red. And let's see. 3 of her skills just have dedicated stuns. And I think Rin has actually several stuns as well, which is probably why people use her so much. Because stuns actually work in the arena. Like, you don't have to worry about, you know, what's that stuff called? You don't have to worry about enemy armor or anything like that. Well, if the enemy is invincible, the stun won't work. That's like basic stuff right there. Because like a long time ago, people used to run a major, you know, like the supporter that gives like 50% reduced damage taken from machines, which is great, by the way, against Emily and like time of VR situations. But also like when you use the call for when you use Major's call, it did like a 2,000 damage attack to machines, which also knocks them down. There's only 3 machines in the game, so it's it's like it damn near kills Asuka every time, and also it also knocks over Emily. However, that doesn't stop her stupid ass drone, so you gotta live with that. I'd like to see Kiara get an upgrade. Like, I think we'd all like to see Kiara get herself a big, gigantic upgrade. Because, man, her skills rock. They are always been pretty solid stuff. They're even better now. I want the physical assets on her to reflect such power. By God, baby. I want to see them ice cubes. I want to see them ice cubes in action. Like, man, if I use someone like if I take this same sort of Shizuru to like the tower, I have to use invincibility at some point, because she just can't get her skills off in a very meaningful way without getting like totally bum rushed. And it's such a long wait. Oh, damn it, I missed that. I hope they fix Astaroth thighs. It's like, I hope they fix the Saika thighs, because she has that, like, she has the nice fold over there when she like bends over and like hikes up her leg. It's like, well, that's not exactly how that works, but okay. Looks good from the front, right? Don't look at it directly. Don't look at it at the side on May 31st. It's like, yeah, it's that kind of conditioning. There's 2 things I don't understand about Shizuru. The gameplay feels much worse than I did previously as Micah. Just go back to maining Astaroth or Shiranui. Well, that's because Shizuru was an inherently more difficult character to use. She sits in that same area as like Tokiko. Previously Noah. Previously Kiara. Sue. No, Sue is actually extremely devastating. Like she's after she got her update and a little bit of more tweaks, she's really good. But it's like Shizuru. Even I have severe investment into Shizuru already. Does it sound like buyer's remorse? It's like absolutely not, because like all of Shizuru's like Shizuru has like really rough gameplay, but all of her costumes really make up for it. Like she gets really good stuff. It's like they treat her as well as they do like Rinko. Like there are barely any misses in terms of costumes. And speaking of, Rinko's getting herself another costume. I think that's coming out on May 2nd alongside the Shiranui update. So keep an eye out for that one. It's her Golden Pass costume, which means they're running another Battle Pass. I want more outfits for Shizuru. It's sad that it took her so long to get something like this. Oh yeah, I just don't like the. I know Shizuru's color is like red, but I don't like this kind of red on her. It looks like diluted ketchup. Like her regular ninja outfit and like her bunny costume have that really deep red look to them, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. That fits her rather than like, oh, I got great value ketchup from Walmart. It's like, nah, that ain't her. She's a classy lady. She don't get faded clothes and like wears all this grunge shit. By God, looks like she's barely wearing clothes most of the time anyways. Yeah, it's like Astaroth's thighs need to fix up because they still have the bending issues and the poly sticks out. A lot of characters have that. Who knows? It's like, well, Shiranui is obviously the next one for renewal. So that means we're going to have Astaroth's got a long way to go before she ever gets her own big deal update. A sad state of affairs, but affairs nonetheless. Micah needs her racing outfit. She'll be exploding out. Micah already has her race outfit. It's like, it was the one that ran alongside Shizuru, and she got absolutely bowled over by Shizuru. It's like, my goodness, Shizuru's like, we're talking busting out. Shizuru's outfit is just like, they had to cut a hole in it just to fit it in the shirt. It's the same thing with like Rin's gigantic dump truck ass. It's like they cut a hole in the back of the pants to fit it in the first place. It's great. Like Micah has a jacket, and it's like they had to cut the chest part of the jacket out. She effectively is wearing it sleeves. It's great. It's great. I love Astaroth as my main, but she's got a Bratz doll head. Oh my god. Yeah, we got Instagram influencer Astaroth over here. She's got like this. She's doing her smoky eye tutorials with makeup tuts, selling her makeup kit and everything like that. And she's like, "You tell him, boo. You don't let him do that to you." She would do that too. She'd be that nasty Instagram person over there, like causing all kinds of trouble, all kinds of drama, and everything like that. But it's so good for her brand because she just has some like fiery bitch, like bad bitch. Cosmetics or something. She'd be the pay pig e-girl. She would do that. Dude, they'd be out there pay pigging for her all day. It's like a big old findom situation all over the place. Though Shizuru's weapon makes short work of all these packs because, you know, by the time it comes up, it's like it's a 30% innate damage boost that I can use on anything, and it lasts long enough at least. If Shiranui gets her own racer outfit on her update. Well, let's see. We have her renewal. We just got Rinko and Rin's race outfits. We got I don't know. Maybe they would put that in like the next cycle. Would they put that on the next cycle? Because if anything, they want to start. They're gonna try to start rerunning the Sakura outfits. Because I think it is getting to that time of year again. Because once May rolls around, they're going to start gearing up for summer. Because it's already the 21st of April. Oh, you gotta be shitting me! Like they're really just like inches away from that dude. Come on, get your ass up and walk to go over here and hit. Oh, no, you're not getting your little buddy out there. Micah's got her huge rack and her race queen outfit. Dude, Micah's just fucking huge in the first place. I still absolutely love that. Like I'm thinking about like Micah right now, because like Micah obviously she can't have a aerial rave skill. So now I'm just thinking of Cygnus's tweet earlier where he says like, we don't need these skills in the game. We don't need the aerial rave ones. You just use them in your YouTube video and that's it. Nobody ever uses these things and they're always so cumbersome. It's like, thank you. It's like, that's 100% what they are. They're a waste of space. I can't stop thinking about it because it's so fucking funny. If anything, one day I'd have to go show what like Shizuru is like on the tower, because I'm trying to do like non-invincibility experiments with her, because she can win with invincibility because the damage is there. Like the damage is there with Shizuru, but the setup required is like, by God, you need a Rube Goldberg machine to get some of these skills off. I want a skill that makes where she rides a rocket launcher like Dante and Devil May Cry 5, Nero and DMC. That would be really cool, and I thought like, wow, Micah, that would be awesome. Sometimes I imagine you guys have like little fridge art things like you show to your parent, like, you know, like when you're in school and like you're showing your parents you made a thing in class, you drew a picture. It's like, this is me. I'm Kiro, and here's my idea for Action Taimanin. Micah will have like at 87 she unlocks a new skill, and she gets up on her rocket launcher and surfs the missile, and it's like, and then she rides it to the explosion location, and then when it makes an impact, if you have 3 set up in like a certain color, she has a finisher that shoots a grenade at the location. I'm like, yeah, that's how that works. That's how it feels sometimes when I see that. That's not bad. Don't ever think that's bad. In fact, to say like that, to think it like that, it's like, you know, I'm getting all flustered and like all that sort of shit. But it's like, if I'm thinking it like that, it's like that means it's left an impression on me, and I like it. Because it feels like, you know, we're just hanging out and talking about like, dude, what if Micah surfed on a fucking rocket, and then she just like, and then you like, when you surf on the rocket and then shoot an explosion, it's like, that'd be fucking rad, man. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that laser blast sound effect, like in so many games. I think it's probably like the stock sound effect that like everything uses. Because I was hearing that in like XCOM 1 from like 1992. It's like fucking shit. That's the sound that the lasers make in that game. Broad garden. There you go. I have like 66,000 health, and even then it wouldn't make much of a difference. Yeah, like go play the original Micropose XCOM, the 1992 one. It's like UFO defense or something. Go get your laser weaponry, or just listen to the aliens when they fire their weapons at your soldiers. That's what they sound like. It makes that boom sound effect every time. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an even older sound effect than that game. Like you go watch like science fiction television from like the 60s, and it's like it's there, or that comes from like the or that comes from like, I don't know, the LucasArts sound library, the Lucasfilm sound library. Like when they were making Star Wars, they created the laser sound effect, so it's like everybody uses that now. It's like public domain. Sounds like Unreal Tournament. It's like, well, yeah, but that's probably because they use that same sound effect. Draven, you play in XCOM, or more like not just XCOM. You played Xenonauts. Xenonauts is a cool game. That was a game I pirated a long time ago, and I gave that a try. That was really fun. It reminded me of playing like old XCOM. Because honestly, I've yet to have tried XCOM, I think it's like 2011 or 2012. Oh, this can is stuck. Oh, it's just hitting the front. Macross was released in the 80s, and it has that laser sound effect. So it's probably even older. That sound effect is damn near almost 40, is probably over 40 years old. And you know what? I don't see any reason for them to stop using it, because it's like, when you hear that sound, it's like, damn, that's sci-fi as fuck right there. That's the sci-fi rifle from Time Splitters right there. Because I think that actually the sci-fi rifle does use that same sound effect. What a generic name. What a generic name for a weapon. It's like, you know, like I'm playing like a flash game on like Newgrounds or something, and you see like you pick up gun. It's like, you know, Time Splitters is a naturally it's a sci-fi game, obviously. It's dealing with time travel, but then they just have like the sci-fi pistol and the sci-fi rifle. I'm like it has to be a joke. I mean, most of the game is anyways. But it's like whenever I sit there and like I see that, it's like, do they have the situation where they just say like they're gonna pronounce it Sifi? Soldier, come pick up that Sifi rifle. But sir, do you mean sci-fi rifle? No, it says Sifi on it, don't you mean? That's a government issued weapon right there. That is government terminology. You played the ones on Steam, so that's the remakes from 10 years ago. That's so weird being able to say like the remake is like 10 years ago. And the original XCOM is like 30 years old now. Good fucking game though. Really good fucking games, both of them. Have I tried Pokemon Fusion Infinite? I don't usually mess around with stuff like that, Raptor. It's like, that's not my thing. If I'm gonna play Pokemon, we're gonna play Pokemon Showdown and get really, really angry. We'll make that one day a stream where I just get outplayed for fucking hours on the ladder. See, all she has to do is just get that skill started. And then when the skill gets started, she can complete it, but take a substantially high amount of damage at the same time. Oh, you're seeing Mario? Dude, Mario's gonna fucking rock. I sat down and watched that the other day. That was great. Have you guys seen the Mario movie? I want to talk about that because like there's every time I want to talk about the Mario movie, the people who have seen it are like not awake. So like let's fucking blog about the Mario movie. Okay, so let's see. And when like the I think like what is it? The big thing people are complaining about is like the girl boss Peach stuff. I'm like, what is it? Peach acts like Daisy, like the common modern interpretation of Daisy by fans and also at Nintendo. It's like if Daisy was in the movie and she acted like that, like they had like all the team princesses and everything, it's like, yeah, that's fine. But I don't know. It's like I wish that Mario and Luigi were actually more in the movie because like they have Peach, you know, doing the actual physical heavy lifting stuff until the end. Like she is doing all the talking, she's doing the convincing, and Mario just has his set piece action moments. Like when he's fighting Donkey Kong and everything like that. Do I know how Fortitude works? We're piecing it together earlier. So we'll explain Fortitude in a minute. I want to keep talking about Mario because I'm a fucking soy boy moment. Let's see. Fortitude is, I think, it's a damage reduction thing. So, like, I think we already have a critical damage stat that you can actually roll for. No, it's not you can roll for. It's a modifiable stat. Because it's reduced critical damage. It's critical damage, critical rate. I don't know, maybe it's damage that like damage that would have killed you. It's just so weird. It's like I have no idea what this does. Like Pierce. Pierce is like a very straightforward thing I can figure out myself because the icon is a piercing symbol for like goes through a shield. So that's like, and then we learn later on that Pierce works for enemies have critical defense, and this lets you bypass a portion of that critical defense to deal more damage on your criticals. Every enemy has that, so you get to now pierce through it easier. This, I think, is probably like the opposite end of it for when you take a critical hit, and it won't... It probably does something with chance, but then even then it's like we have these, so it doesn't feel like it do anything with that. It's just like more defense or something. I don't know. Huh. Actually, can I see? Is there anything like that? Can I? No, they don't do anything like that where they talk to the, hey, check this out. Ascend, awaken, level up, all that shit. No, of course they wouldn't have anything like that. That would help something make sense. But yes, it's another it's a defensive solution. Because Shizuru's entire supporter is based around defense. It's fortitude, it's healing, it's speed boost. It's an innate speed boost to help, you know, Shizuru speed the fuck up. It's that. It's designed to help Shizuru cover her weaknesses and also recover from taking enormous hits. Because she takes hits all the time. All the time. So if anything, it's probably a damage reduction feature. Or God forbid, it's a % chance to instantly revive with a percentage of your health. It's a % chance to revive. It's a chance to revive with a percentage of your health after taking a fatal blow. That's just how little information I have regarding it. Because I think we have another supporter that gives fortitude as well, and I don't know what fortitude is. I feel fucking stupid for that. As much as I try to help people on this, I don't know what it is. because there's no documentation for it, and I had to figure out what Pierce did in the first place by asking around and doing experiments myself. You see, you say that's a stretch. That's a feature in something like Borderlands. Because all you have to do because that's a skill in Borderlands called Grit. You have like a 5% chance to recover from fatal damage and become invincible for like a couple of seconds. Grit does that. And all you have to do is recover your HP slightly for it to activate again, so you can keep chaining invincibility back and forth. I think that's how it worked. It was a pretty nuts skill, but it cost a lot. Can't we check the patch notes? It's like, you would have to go back to when Fortitude and Pierce were introduced, which is almost like 8 months ago. Because it's not listed in the game on what it does. Because when I'm remembering, it was like, I was able to find out, like, I saw what, okay, raises user fortitude by X amount of percent. It's on the UR Magatamas. Those, you can roll Pierce and Fortitude on them. Because percent chance to revive, that's a stretch. Okay, let's put on our thinking caps, everybody. Let's put on our thinking caps and make a very. We need to find out what Fortitude is, or at least think about what it could possibly be. Oh, we do have patch notes. Patch notes exist on the Gremory Games website and also on Steam. They explain what happens in the game in terms of changes. However, this game also makes silent changes. They do small little updates, and they don't write them down. The community is not exactly the best in terms of documentation of these things, because sometimes we just don't even notice. It would take forever to see it in the first place. Like when they gave the update, I think it was a few months ago, to Tokiko's Smashing Spree, they made it crap. That was a silent update. Only the most dedicated to Tokiko mains knew that, because you know how I would. Because you know why? I didn't know about that because I don't play Tokiko. Like they also have silently tweaked Noah for the entire time she's come out before they made a formal refit of her skills. It reduces the chance of getting crits on you. Okay, so guess you know what that did? It just made the critical damage and the critical chance against you skills redundant. So that means you can stack them both together and just like reduce things like that. But back to my thing earlier was that the only way I can see that it like making anything else work is I got to put on my Gremory Games balance cap, which is okay. Remember the Akiyama Rinko supporter that came with the Shosu set, the Shosu package, all those months and years ago? That supporter has a 10% chance to take 50% less damage. I think that's how Fortitude works. I have a 5% chance to take inherently a fixed less amount of damage. Like I have a 5% chance to take 25% less damage or something like that. That sounds like something they would do, but not stick it on a supporter, but make it a feature. Because that fits along the lines of what Gremory would do. It's chance-based. It's defense-oriented. It's defense-oriented and chance-based, which is like one of their favorite things that they love to do. Which makes like absolutely shit sense on supporters, but if you make it a permanent passive effect on a person, hey, that's not too bad. Like I'm not going to sacrifice a supporter skill and put that god-awful Rinko supporter on there. If I had that as a passive skill on myself, hey, that's not too bad. That's the only thing I can think of that Fortitude would be. See, the fact that I have to guess on something that's already in the game for a long time and I can't find information readily like this, it's like, okay. You see, some people would advocate for that sort of thing. Like, you know, oh, it's just going to tell me it does a thing. Okay. How many games have a luck stat? How many games have a luck stat and it doesn't tell you exactly what it does? Or at least gives you a description that you can start inferring from there. This game has Fortitude. Pierce, I can figure that out. That's like, oh, I'm going to go through defense. I'm going to go through some kind of defense with Pierce. With Fortitude, what am I defending against? Critical hits, regular hits, all damage, damage over time. What do you got? What you got, Gremory? Honest to God, I would almost feel like I have to email them to find out what does Fortitude do? Can we have a concrete answer on what one of the skills you've had in the game for almost like 8 months now does? You know what other games like to do? They have community events and like little TV interview situations that they do that for. They have Time of TV, but that's more or less that's like obviously, well, Time of TV is more or less oriented for all Taimanin events that are coming out regarding their games. So they're talking about Go-Go, which we'll talk about that. So like they got Go-Go, they got Action Taimanin, they have RPGX. They had Taba when that was still going. Like that's like they have that. That's fine, but they mostly use it for RPGX. What color Magatama will work for Saika in terms of rarity? Jermaine, what does that even mean? Let's use Rinko. I want to use this. I want to use this because it's I want to farm faster. You can take it off of Sora for right now. We're beating up machines, so I want money. Who is on this? Violet, Meteor, excellent. They have a damn glossary about terms or something. Do they have that? Is that in the collections? Is a chance to reduce damage. Okay, that's what I thought. That makes the most sense. Is that another classic streamer moment? The streamer can't read or refuses to read in some sort of sense. It's like, I'm not reading all that shit. That's too many words. I've got to guess all day. Good lord, her ass is huge. But yeah, they have Time of TV, which is their news and information source for like all of the little properties. But you know what? Fate Grand Order, Grand Blue Fantasy, Nike, Princess Connect. That's a rip Princess Connect, right? It's like all those other games. You know what they have? They have a pretty consistent way of giving news and information. They also have fucking like. Let me go to collections. It's like, okay, it's not in there. It's like they have a way to give news to people so you don't have to worry about that. They don't have to like, you don't have to sit there and wonder like, is this gonna work? Do I have to worry about that? They would usually talk about it for introducing a whole goddamn new concept and just like give information to our patrons. Like working after having worked professionally now, I realized just like, wow, when you do not inform the patrons of like, even if you give like a little bit of information but make it too vague for patrons, they're not going to figure out where to go. Like you need to be direct and you need to be succinct about what you're talking about. Because if you're not, everybody's going to be lost, even your employees. And this game is, it's indirect and succinct. So it manages to get one of those two things right, and thanks to its indirectness, it makes information very hard to understand. And now information is lost too. I have never valued the ability to get information quickly and intelligence quickly as well about things until I started working at where I work now. Like, holy shit. Like, how fucking hard is it for a game to just say, hey, let's make a glossary? The fact I have to go open up the world's worst fucking wiki system in the world, which is like the fandom Wikipedia service is like garbage. And then I have to go on to like the Action Taimanin wiki and read stuff there and figure out what to do. I'm like, are you serious? Like, every time I go there, it's like there's so many fucking ads. It's one of those Web 5.0 pages, so it's like it runs like ass. You need my Rinko build? Okay, let's check this out. All right, here we go, everybody. This is how I build my Rinko. Number 1, get a Shosu. That's like 90% of the build is Shosu. Get a Shosu. When it reran last time, that was a really good time to get it. Get a Shosu. Because it makes my skills hit harder, it makes Wind Slice activate twice. Okay. Next, we're using Blue Rinko, so I wanted all 3 of my Meteor, Wind Slice, Violet Slash to get out of the animation lock. More characters should have these sort of skills anyway, like the activate at the end. And in terms of supporters, I just use like a Flex Third, because like these R supporters are fantastic. Like, my goodness, free healing. They're easy to get 5/5s. You can raise them up with like, you can enchant them like super easily. Oh my god, they're fantastic. It's free stats. Like, there's obviously better supporters, but I just like them because it's, they keep them topped up. Criticals, critical ranged because Meteor's ranged. All the hit. 2 of the 20 hits out of Wind Slice are melee. So you want critical range boosting, and we're fighting machines, so I want machine main. The crit range damage supporter, Wind Slice has 20 hits when you use Shosu. So 2 of those hits are melee. The rest of them are all ranged. Rinko already has enough base damage. Rinko already has enough base damage in melee that doesn't matter. So more critical damage for all those wind slices, that's very much more worthwhile. You see, that's something you had to figure out through experimentation, is how the whole system of what is a melee hit and what is a ranged hit going to be. Because you would think that Wind Slice, the lunge, it is melee because she's striking with her body and slicing. And then the after image slices, that would count as a melee one too, because, it's like, oh, she's slicing so fast, you can't see it. Wrong. They are ranged projectiles, which is absolute fucking horse shit. Like, you can make some sort of Dungeons and Dragons RPG system, oh, they're disconnected from her body, so they must count as ranged. They must count as a ranged or a projectile. It's like, fuck off. Make it count as one part. But even then, that wasn't something that I had to work very hard to think about. I could infer that they're ranged. Even skills that are coming out now, where I have to think about, oh, was that a ranged attribute or a physical attribute? It's like they're much easier to identify now. You know what I just realized right now is that I never checked the Gremory Games website because why would I need to? But when Action Taimanin was first coming out all those years ago, I think like they had some information on there obviously regarding the game. So it's like, so that's what I thought. I just realized. Then I realized this. If I'm going to have a glossary, if I have a Gremory, if I had a glossary, I'm gonna put it on my my company's games website. Can one of you guys go out there and check like the Gremory Games website and see if there's like, you know, is the glossary there on the website to describe like characters, information, things about the game that we should know what they do? Because as time has went on inside the game itself, they have used less of the terminology that they have created, to say the least. Like, they use the word automatic attack a lot in the beginning of the game. I don't know what that is. I don't know what a charged attack is. When it says airborne attack, I can figure out what that is because, like, when I think charged attack, it means like I gotta hold the button down and charge it up. But some of those skills I don't really have to hold the button down for to make a charged attack. Some of them feel self-explanatory and some of them don't. They just feel weird. So it made me think like, I think that information is stored on their website. Because, I mean, that's one way to drive traffic to your website, Gremory, but it's like, that's not really a good thing to do when people have questions about your game. I would like to have, like, you know, a little tome of knowledge somewhere that I can read about it. Because I've been playing a lot of Nioh as of late. And that's a game that's made by people who like action games for people who like action games. So it's got everything I want in there that I wish games would do more often. Like, it's got an enemy bestiary that tells you the weaknesses of the enemy, the type of the enemy, where they're found, specialty items that they have, that if you found them. Let's see, that's for like logging purposes. There's also a button I can press at any time when I'm like looking at my stats screen or anything like that. It literally says press this button for help, and it brings up the help screen, which I can put my cursor over items, and then it will give me a succinct, detailed explanation about what this attribute is, what it does, what it affects, and it does everything like that. I have no idea why more games can't do that. Like, even when I was playing fucking like Final Fantasy 14, I could tell you what my strength stat does. I could tell you what direct hits and the difference between direct hits and critical hits do. I can't tell you what an automatic attack or a charge, or the difference between a charged attack or an automatic attack does. Because in my mind, they effectively work the same way. It feels like they just convolute things way too much. No, they elaborate things in the wrong way. Because like at the end of the day, guys, I'm still having to hit the crap out of these dudes. Don't make it any harder than it needs to be. Which is typically why everybody just doesn't care, which is why they ended up dropping all of those features as time has went on. And they just like make it so that you activate the skill and it happens. These Rin. Where's she at? Where's the big fatty at? The big fat mommy. But more or less, now I can talk about the Mario movie. How you doing there, Jugao? I'm just sitting there ranting and raving about the lack of information inside Action Taimanin. Because for some reason, they really like not giving us information. I wonder why. I just want to know what my stats do. That's all I want. Oh. I guess it's your turn there, Jugao. Do you know what Fortitude does? Because apparently it's a % chance to take a fixed less amount of damage. Like say 5% chance to take 30% less damage. Something like that. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I know. Where is this? Yeah, there we go. Get Raijin. Get out her supporter, spin rush, chain. Thought it was a chance to negate damage. You see that there's our problem. We can't even come to a consensus on like what it actually does. Because the ability, the % chance to negate damage, that's pretty huge. Because if I had like, 5 points in Fortitude at level 81, I invested into that, and then I had like the 7.5 points to negate damage. The 7.5% chance, like give myself a 12.5% chance to negate damage. Like that's pretty huge. Like that would be really great on a person like Shizuru. Yeah, too bad there isn't a reliable way for us to test this stuff ourselves. We don't have any. We are lacking the information. Donkey. Donkey dick. Where? Oh, that's Volt Whip. I wish I had the 4th skill so I could just put Soaring Swallow on there. Actually, we don't need Volt Rush. We can put Soaring Swallow on there. Awesome. Volt Spin. There we go. Supportawa. Forsaken, I am awakened. Negate, same as Reflect? No. Reflect actually... here's the thing about... Reflect actually means what it says on the tin. When the character takes the damage, it will reflect that percentage of damage back at the attacker. Like, they got it right. That is something that is well and true. They did not get it... They didn't mess around with the concept of Reflect. It still works. Got my stupidly powerful big mommy over here with my 5/5 fragrance pouch. Let's make Rin go fast. I wish you could catalog that sort of stuff. Like you go to the wiki and it's like, man, it just makes you wish like they had all that information. They had better chances to get their information. I know I've been playing Neo a lot because I see that little glow around Rin's body, and I automatically tap the key pulse button. The ability to negate damage means like your defense would have effectively covered up what damage you would have taken at that time. Like you nullified it. You turned it to 0. Right now I'm going to talk about the Mario movie. All right. Oh, I hit the button. Now I'm going to talk about the Mario movie. Okay, the Mario movie itself was a pretty fun experience to say the least. Because that's like, you know, I thought, oh, it's gonna be the Mario movie, like, and it'll be okay, and it was just generally okay for the most part. It didn't really wow me, and it's like they made Mario, you know, like a pretty clueless dolt through the entire movie, which is like, that's the sort of behavior I expect out of like modern Luigi, but they gave that to Mario, and they made Girl Boss Peach the dream come true. Oh my goodness, she's so fast. Yeah, everybody's simping for Peach because she's got. They're all turning into Bowser right there when he's singing his Peaches song. I like Jack Black as Bowser. He did it. You could see he had a lot of fun with that role. You could hear it in his singing. You could see it when he's like, you know, yelling at Mario and everything like that. It's like, that's fun. I had a lot of fun with that. He had a lot of fun with that. But then you got like Chris Pratt Mario and like Charlie Day Luigi. Like, you can tell it's like, I wanted to see Charlie Day do more stuff because like, he felt like he was like the perfect casting for like coward Luigi, and yet they don't use Luigi very much in the movie. Like, it almost felt like they needed to have him at the end because like obviously Luigi, you know, gains the courage at the very end of the movie to save his brother. I mean, that's all well and done, but it's also like Luigi did not earn that courage. He earned it within like 2 minutes. We barely had any time on screen for him to see like him gaining more confidence in his situations. The ability to skip ultimates, that is the best thing ever. That is so good. The best. Now I don't actually have to worry. Now I don't have to sit there and like, all right, I'm going to activate my ultimate, go take a drink, go to the bathroom, send off the mail, and then come back by the time it finishes. And the best part about that is like, you know, Shizuru has like her buff that she gets for 8 seconds. Okay, guess what? You can actually are able to keep that buff now. Oh my, she's fucking yelling all the time and I love it. Good job, Ren. Oh wait, we need to... I just realized that. Where's this two? This two. Vengeance is mine for Radical Highway. I played a little bit of Mario Galaxy. It was a fine game. Rosalina's a pretty cool character in terms of lore and design as well. But I don't know. I've always been a fan of Peach. She's got that like the poofy blowout hair that I really like, which is like, you know, that's a big appeal for me. And her portrayal in yes, let's get fucking nerdy and geeky for a moment. Her portrayal in the Paper Mario series is one of my most favorite things that they've done with her ever. And Super Princess Peach, that's the game for the DS. That's a really fucking good platformer. That's like, it's first part in a Nintendo like spin-off title. So like they took the care of their characters, and they made her like really fucking good. It's a great game for her. It's a mechanically interesting game because you have like 4 elements you have to use and solve puzzles. It's not the hardest game in the world, obviously, but it's like, it's fun. Some people think they're going to go the Marvel route with video game movies, and Marvel was the start like Iron Man. If you were a smart company in this day and age, you would not try to start a whole big universe situation. Because that was, honestly, when Marvel did it, that's a lightning in a bottle moment. Because honestly, it didn't start off that way. The fact that, you know, oh, these movies in this sort of, like the sort of connected universe thing, it's like they don't, it does not need to be a connected universe anymore. They better not do that. Like, by God, they already had, like, they obviously had the makings of some extent with the Mario movie, because they, you know, they included Mario Kart, they included Donkey Kong, they included certain space elements in there, so it's like they have their options open. But it probably is an Iron Man situation where it's like, you know, we had Iron Man 1, that's a pretty fun movie. Like, we're gonna have Iron Man 2 with Tony Stark's adventures. Oops, I mean Mario's adventures. So yeah, I 100% expect a sequel. But it's like, I don't want a Mario 2 movie immediately. God, oh my God, are they gonna call the Mario 2 movie Mario 2 Doki Doki Panic? Or are they gonna call it the Lost Levels? I want something really fucking corny for that. It's like, it sounds so perfect. See, I'm just so glad they did not give Rin that stupid, goddamn, disgusting aerial rave attack. She doesn't need it. She just does not need it. Oh, that's right. I forgot I was gonna do that. Well, let me talk about this for a moment. As of late, oh, of course, they fucking turn on, they got their car alarm on there, that's great. Okay, they got that sorted out. That's fantastic. All right, so as of late, I've had to work around some stuff. I've got 2 infections in my mouth. It's the shittiest stuff in the world. Because for the most part, I've been suffering with the whole concept of wisdom teeth growing in improperly. Like, I've got effectively more teeth than I've got mouth. So I have to get them removed. It's like living with that shit every day is like ungodly painful. They've been infected probably for a while now, and I finally got some medicine that I can take to help get through the situation. And frankly, it feels better knowing that I finally am getting some steps going to resolve my immense problems that I'm going to have with my mouth for the next 6 years. Do I live with regret on it? I do, because I obviously, like, I could have gotten this treated a while ago, but frankly, it's like, you know, I didn't want to mess with it, and it wasn't causing problems then. Because I'm the type of person that I need to not be, I can't be told the stove is hot. I need to feel myself to know that it's hot. I'm not, it's like that situation. So, unfortunately, I got to go through all that fantastic pain and suffering to help realize, oh, hey, this isn't actually too much of a problem that could have been solved. Like because I know like Rin's, Shiranui's big update that's coming on May 2nd. I have an appointment that day for consultation to get like my mouth sorted out and ready for surgery. And then I can schedule it, get ready to schedule it for then. But more or less, it's something to look forward to. And then after that, I've got to probably see some orthodontist work. Because right now, it's like, I think for the last couple of years, I have not been able to open my mouth all the way. Like, I went to the dentist the other day, and it's like, have you not been able to open your mouth for a while? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it doesn't really seem like a problem, but it's like, you know, it's never really been like an extreme problem. It's like, I have never been able to, it's never prevented me from not talking. Like, for all this time that I've been streaming and doing this stuff, like, I've been having this. So it's made me kind of, like, put perspective on my whole situation. It's like, oh, maybe, probably because that I've had this immense problem in my mouth for years, it's probably hurt my ability to talk. Well, not so much my stamina, but it's like my ability to talk loudly on certain things. And also to eat. Like let's see. Like whenever I gotta go eat something that's like, well, let me just say this: the dentist said you can usually fit about like if you put 3 fingers vertically stacked up into your mouth, that's how usually big people's mouths open. I can barely fit 2 in there. I know it's like, you know, well, like that's some funny language right there, but it's also like that's pretty shitty because that's like, you know, do you guys realize just how big food is? Like, whenever I've just eaten food, I always make it really small, and I just make small amounts of food. So I've never noticed that like my mouth not opening all the way has been a problem until my jaw is feeling like it's on fucking fire all the time. Like, here was the best part about my visit on Thursday. When I went there on Thursday, they said like they're checking like, you know, the spots where my teeth are, and it says like, well, one side's infected, and like they pressed on the area that was not as much infected. They pressed on it. They got a lot of pus out of it. They took the sucker to it, and it's like, you know, they sucked out the pus, which I'm very thankful they did, because obviously I can't do that shit myself. Like, do I really gotta sit there and grab my jaw and then like crush effectively my teeth together and push out all that shit? I'm not doing that. It already hurts to chew sometimes. But like when they pressed on that thing, and they weren't pressing all that hard either to get that stuff out of there. Like when that was happening, it felt like I got hit in the, like when I got hit in the face with a baseball when I was a kid. That was like, that hurt my mouth so much. It felt like that was happening again. Like, oh my god. And the other infection in my mouth has progressed a lot more. But they're both treatable with antibiotics. So I have my medicine. I've been taking that. And man, that has cleared a lot of shit up. Things don't hurt as much anymore. Like, bros, if you have never been able, if swallowing your own saliva is hurting, like the way it does for me, man, you gotta get your shit straightened out. Like I had for a while, like all last year, I had a spittoon. Like I would just empty out after a while, because I also like just spitting in general feels good. And it's also because like when you'd swallow, it would hurt my throat muscles and my jaw, because it would irritate my teeth. It would irritate the areas where my teeth were, where those teeth were coming in, because of the suction that it would create in my mouth. Like, this fucking sucks. Everybody take care of your teeth. If you need the help, don't like. If you don't care about the story and all that stuff, just learn this. if you have like orthodontic and jaw problems or just like dentistry things like that, do not overlook that thing. Because like, oh, it's a leg. It's like some things like, yeah, you can wait a bit. Like a leg, it's like, you know, do you eat with your leg is what I'm trying to say. No, you eat using your mouth. You use it every day. You use it many, many times a day. And in my line of work, I have to use it like a lot. And if I can't use it, and if I can't, and more or less I can't eat very well, like it's impacting my life like that, I need to get that shit sorted out today. Yeah, that's me. That's my blog moment right there. So that's effectively why I slow down all my streams, because like I do it effectively like once a week, or at least when an update comes out for Taimanins, or I make or like new things that come out and make a video for them, because man, like this shit is awful. And thankfully I have the insurance now to actually go through with making changes for it. Because when I was like unemployed last year for a while, I didn't have the insurance to take that, so I really just had to suffer through it. And I was streaming like every day then. Like I remember when I told you guys, like this was a long time ago too. And I was talking to you guys about that whole like, oh man, I got like jaw problems. I gotta get this shit sorted out. That was that. That was my like teeth trying to grow in and there's not enough gum to do it. Yeah, I got a pretty fucked up situation. I do not expect sympathy. I just wanted to talk about it because it's a pretty big moment in my life like this right now. Because not only that, I gotta set up the appointment myself. I actually had to get my like, I had to do this shit like. I feel like I'm really not a kid anymore with this, because I'm a working adult and I have insurance, and I actually had to go like, okay, this is my insurance policy number, and I'm like, okay, and I know I have coverage here. I can go to you guys and I'll be coming back, and yeah, that's in network. I'll be able to work with that on my end. I gotta make appointments and sort out my situation. I gotta get up early. I'm like, wow, this sucks. But it's teaching me a very important lesson about like, okay, I gotta get this shit worked on, and I gotta really man the fuck up on this, because my parents are literally not here to do that anymore. I guess that really only took until I was very much on my own to realize, okay, I gotta start doing this my way. That's not enough points to do it. But yeah, that's enough out of my really shitty life blog. How about you guys? Have you guys ever had any dental problems? Yeah, there's my engagement moment right there. Do you guys have any dental problems? Leave a comment down below about your shitty dental experiences. And also, if there's any problems, any ways you can sort out to make your dental problems or infections weakened. Because that's what you come to an action Taimanin stream for. Talking about dental problems. Regardless. Let's get on it. Let's get on a different note with that. Oh. Hang on. Feel that in your teeth. Ooh, But yes, the game is here now. Take care of yourself. That's what the whole goal is here for, Draven. I'm taking care of myself now much better than I usually have. I'm getting my rest. Doing that. You only need to get one removed. Well, I'm glad for you that it's only one. For me, it's four. It's all four corners of my mouth. Oh, geez, that's a good hit. All right, let me check how many of those I have. Oh, 16,637. So let's give it about 3 more. You know, Jugal, I guess the wisdom in wisdom teeth is getting them out of your fucking mouth. That's what you're supposed to learn. It's like, do you want to learn how to live with pain or live without pain? Yeah, that's it. Which makes me wonder, it's like my grandma and my dad have said like they didn't have to get theirs removed. I wonder, like, do they just have a bigger mouth than I do, or is it like they literally just live with the pain? Because I have similar looking teeth to them because of my situation, and it makes me kind of believe that they just learn to live with it, and you really don't need to. Like, by God, Dad, I knew you got insurance. Like, you've had great insurance. That's why my sister got her dental work done in the first place, because he didn't want her to have that. Also, I got bite problems. I'm a weird person. Okay, let's have a more lighthearted topic. Do any of you guys play the Xenoblade Chronicles series? They have just recently released the teaser trailer for their third DLC that they're doing out now, which is effectively where grown-up Shulk and grown-up Rex come into the fray, and you can play as them. And they look really cool too. Like, I think my favorite one was where, like, they had they showed like the picture of Shulk, and he's like this 30-year-old man who's like he's a much more grizzled person. He's still got his face. He's got a smile on his face. He's working hard, but he's just like, I think the comment says like he's a man who's experienced twink death. It's great. And it's like it 100% fits the bill for what twink death is, and I love it. Because he still looks like, you know, he's been like twinking all of his life, and now that he's in his 30s, he now looks like an adult male. And it's like, you know, he lives with it and he rocks the style. But you don't give a shit because he's hardcore as fuck. It's a similar situation to like if you guys play like Fate Grand Order or anything like that, or like the Fate Extella series stuff, where like Zhuge Liang, it's like the Zhuge Liang El Malloy case files. That guy is like, that's like twink mode right there. But he is hardcore as fuck, and he's like solving mysteries and everything like that. It's a really great, I think it's either no, it's like a short OVA series for it. It's a nice mystery one. If your little brother over there is obsessed with Xenoblade, you want to get into it, but sat down and really played any of them, I get it. They're long games, but it's one of those series where it's like, when you actually start playing it, it doesn't feel long. I'll give you a really good example of, like, the guy who writes those games is like, you know, he's been trying for years to get his like big overarching plot of a game series off the ground. Like, he's the guy who made Xenogears, Xenosaga in the early 2000s, and obviously he really hit it off with Xenoblade. That's what it took. But Xenogears, you know, the one that's like, that's the whole concept. Like, if you play that game, you will know exactly how all of his stories are going to go. Xenosaga is like a really fun JRPG is a really, really fun just sci-fi fantasy series. Like, it's where it introduces Cosmos. It's where it introduces a whole bunch of concepts that we see in there. Like, they got Junior, they got Shion, they got Cosmos, they got, I think his name's Darren. It's supposed to be the dorky sidekick. Saga 1, 2, and 3 are probably like one of my most favorite sci-fi games ever. They're so much fun. Like, when I was sitting there playing through like Xenosaga 1, that legitimately felt like a really great space adventure. 2, not so much, because they focused in more on a character drama for junior stuff. Because like the junior stuff is really good. The rest of the game, not so much. That game, that's rough. Then you get to 3 and it like goes over the top on itself all the time. So it finishes off the Shizuru, the Shion story, and it finishes off Junior story. It's like, oh, it's weird. They wanted to go 6 games with it, but they couldn't do that because of 2 flopping so hard. But I would wholeheartedly recommend giving them a try. And they do not play like traditionally, you know, they play like offline MMOs, if you catch my drift. Yes, they do have things where like collect 5 bear asses and then like we're gonna go finish up the X, Y, and Z quest. But people mostly like, you know, combat can be boiled down very quickly in those games. And when people play those games, they play it for the story, because it's like the story is very compelling and very grandiose, which is what the guy is so very, very good at doing. And also because, well, Xenoblade 1 didn't do very well on the Wii when it first came out. It almost was gonna, like, that was the death knell of the series. Then it got the hidden gem status for the Wii, jacked up the price for it. Everyone's like, wow, and it actually turned out to be a really good game. So when that happened, they saw the reception to the series, like, okay, I'll make another one. So what did they do? They made Xenoblade Saga 2. No, Xenosaga 2. Everyone knows not Xenosaga. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And that's the game everybody fucking knows about the series. In fact, that's probably where most people start out when they play that game in the first place. And I'm pretty sure I know the reason why everyone knows what Xenoblade actually is now. Like, they wanted that game to sell because they knew they had a good story on their hands. But they also needed to get some appeal in there. So you know what they did? They made Pyra and Mithra the most hottest fucking characters ever on a Nintendo property. Like, my god. They got in the game, they're fucking everywhere. It's like, they're great. And you know what the best part about it is? It's like, they don't hesitate on making them like, they didn't hesitate on making them sexy in the game. They wanted to make the whole sex sells situation, and it worked. Because I think that game sold like 3.5 million copies, and it worked. Because when Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out, it didn't sell as well at first, but it's actually catching up to it. Like, man, like they made Rex a little Shota guy on purpose to fulfill that you know, the nice harem fantasy that everybody loves. Like, you got the hot red, you got the fiery hot redhead, the tsundere blonde, the strict formal nice teen mom lady who joins in the middle of the journey. The robot daughter friend, and the Papos, and the little bastard guy. Well, he's actually really pretty cool person. But it's like, yeah, they have all that. They made it, you know, like a nice power fantasy situation. And it fucking works. It really does. That's probably why Xenosaga didn't do very well, because in Xenosaga, you play as a girl most of the time, and quite literally, like, for the longest time, when you have a girl main character as your game, it doesn't sell. Like that's just honestly, like, that's just the truth. Like, if you have a like female main character as your game, it just automatically, like, you knock off 25% of sales. That's why it's such a risk to do, at least in the past. Nowadays, people have, like, you know, have gotten used to the idea of doing that, and that's fine with me because it's, well, I don't know. When we play here at Cornsfield, we love mechanics, which is why Bayonetta is one of my favorite games ever. Because I think Bayonetta, wow, what a lady, right? That's a fucking lady right there. Because not only is she super pretty, her gameplay is fucking incredible in, like, all 3 of her games. Make a good game. Because it goes to show, like, you make a good game first, and then you have a nice hot piece of ass right there. It's like, hey, that works. That's a good way to get that's a good way to get good sales in the door, and then lifetime sales afterwards. More or less, you just can't really make them, like, you can have a girl, also, like, you can have a girl character as the main. Don't make it a girly game, though. That's another thing about it. Like Super Princess Peach, the one I was talking about earlier, that game was that game was effectively like not jumping flash. It's like it's a platforming game that you use 4 elements on to solve puzzles. Like, if you see those in fucking indie games all the time. But since it was marketed like literally a game for girls, yeah, it kind of really hurt the reputation for it. And it's like, even though Peach in the game actually just goes, like, she's a very confident person inside it. Like, she actually uses her head. She's not a fucking idiot in that game. Like, she's quite competent. But I see that Rockstar is going to have a female main character. We're going to have a Bonnie and Clyde situation. See the leaked gameplay. She's pretty caked up for sure. It's like, oh yeah, we got the fat ass Latina that we're going to play as in there. I wonder if we can have, like, is it going to have RPG elements in it? I honestly feel like it's going to have RPG elements in some sort of way. Like, you get, like, if you level up Consuela's guns tree, that she has certain features in there, and then you level up Hector's stealth tree, and you can do stuff in there, and they can switch between the characters. They have certain attributes. Like, it almost feels like, oh, it's like fucking Payday or something. That's awesome. I farmed exactly enough to make it. Excellent. What a cool game. I don't know, though. It's like, do you guys think you're gonna actually sit down and play, like, the next Grand Theft Auto? Because honestly, I don't think I am. Because I got that game all those years ago, and I never completed it. I just couldn't sit my ass down and do it. It just didn't feel as compelling as when I played the other ones. Inventory. Materials. Oh, that's right, I already put it in there. Got 20 of these bad boys. Ugh. Alright. And before we finish up, we'll do the intimacy scene for the supporter. Play it probably online with friends. Like, man, I'm glad you guys got something out of a GTA Online, because I played it when it first started. I didn't get very much out of it. Probably if I did come back to it now when they have all the custom content in it, it would probably make a difference. But I was playing that back on like the Xbox 360 days. That was like when I was back in high school. So it's I'm sure things have changed, but it's like I'm past that now. I don't want to come back, you know? But either way, let's get started on her little support feature. Find this. I'm gonna do some conducive reading. If I can find it. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay, Shizuru, why are you dressed like this? Let's find out, everybody. Yeah. Let's go. Soothing music is coming from a dark room. A relaxing, gentle tune. Alright, let's see what my practice is worth. If I shake the cocktail shaker in my hand carefully not to disturb the music, I could look like a proper bartender. A chic black vest and pants, a white shirt and a black tie. That's the uniform I'm wearing. I pour some lime juice into the gin. Put some syrup in it to make gimlet. Here's your drink. Enough talk. I just put a glass in front of the customer who ordered it. After that, I wait at the counter and quietly wait for the next customer's order. Even if this is a mission, I didn't know how it would go. I didn't know I'd be going undercover as a bartender. They said they assigned a tall, well-built person, but I didn't expect it would be me. The reason why I was assigned to this mission is because the person who originally was assigned to it had gotten injured whilst on another mission a few days ago. Since that day, I did a last-minute study about cocktails and bartenders, and was deployed today. Honestly, I'm not confident with this because I don't even know if I'm doing it right. But at times like these, believing that I'm right is the most important thing. That's right. Even in a situation like that, Fuma, you gotta be confident. You gotta have that air of confidence about you. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, look like you are. Fake it till you make it, buddy. It'll be more noticeable if I would act awkwardly. Is what I was thinking, but a mission as a bartender is a first. I'm still a little nervous because this is a mission, and it's so different from any other mission I went on as a Taimanin and captain as a task force. Hoo-wee. Hey, no bartender size in front of our customers. Oh, how long has she been watching me? As I look back, I could see who spoke to me. It was Miss Ko Saka Shizuru, who was undercover on a mission with me. I thought I taught you the most basic manners to the knowledge as a bartender, and you act like this? Oh, you make me all embarrassed if you don't do well on the job, Fuma. Her words reminded me of my current objective, and I pulled myself together as I was ready to rest about complaining after completing just one task. I'm sorry, Miss Shizuru. Right, I'm on a mission, and my partner of this mission, Miss Shizuru, taught me everything about being a bartender for the mission. Miss Shizuru checked at me at the edge of the stage and talked to me through the earring-shaped comms device without moving her lips, and I was listening with my piercing-shaped device. Oh, so it's like that cochlear device that they use in Metal Gear. That's cool. Whew, I can't look like an idiot to Miss Shizuru, who went through all the trouble of teaching me one-on-one. I pulled myself together and got the order and made the cocktail, and I continued talking to Miss Shizuru, careful not to let the guests notice anything. Hold on a second. It's like, you know, in most places you gotta be old enough to serve liquor. I don't think Fuma's old enough to do that. But hey, Florida signed a law into place where 16-year-olds can man the bar can be barbacks and serve beer. So, what do I know, right? But that cocktail you just made was nicely done. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I would have given you a 9 out of 10 if you didn't sigh. Still only 9? Because it's not your main job. Okay. The way you treat your customers, how you think and act are still a little awkward. Maybe you should relax a little. Oh, yes, ma'am. I guess she's been checking on me thoroughly. I thought I was doing okay, but I still had a lot to prove on in the eyes of a professional spy. But before that, let's review our mission. Good, but will you be okay? You have a dance real soon. I know. That is why I want to check for the last time. Someone's going to be very busy doing his job and getting distracted. Oh, she got me in the palm of her hand, but I do need to focus. Realizing I had a lot to learn from her, I remind myself of the objective of the mission. We need to prevent demons and humans from illegally tracking cultural artifacts and also retrieve them, right? The police contacted us after failing to retrieve the stolen artifact themselves, if I remember correctly. Right, so be careful. It's a fragile object, and I want to know who's behind this so don't kill anybody. Understood. Oh, okay. I'm sure she wanted to review the mission before this moment. When the time on the information we got in advance had come, the doorbell rang and 10 men entered the store. 4 demons and 5 humans, just as the information said. I let you decide whether or not the treasure is real. If it's real, we do as discussed. You got it? Okay, I got it. As soon as I finished speaking, the atmosphere of the store changed, but not in a bad way, because a female dancer came on the stage. Oh boy, everybody clap, it's Miss Shizuru, everybody. When the alias of Miss Shizuru was called at the bar that played soothing music, a beautiful female dancer appeared at the end of the stage, prepared inside the bar. The gorgeous outfit, which was prepared to catch the eyes of customers, looked so amazing on Miss Shizuru's voluptuous body. She started to dance, flipping her blonde hair and smiling flirtatiously. Oh boy. I've seen this before, but this is fascinating. No, I'm attracted to it. My eyes are locked on Miss Shizuru just like the customers. It was just beautiful. Astonishingly but quietly as the soft music goes, her dance charmed everybody without disturbing the mood of the music. Fuma, the mission. Oh shit. I snapped back to reality upon hearing her voice. I felt as if my soul was separated from my body. Oh yes, his soul is leaving his body in more ways than one, buddy. We all feel it. The spirit is flowing through me, baby. Miss Shizuru told me in advance that she would wear an attracting set of wood art to be noticed as a dancer. Wood art indeed. But even then, it was terrifying. I started to pretend to take orders from the customers and make cocktails while checking the seats where the men were sat. Maybe I'm not as good as her. I shake the cocktail as I looked at the men carefully so that I wouldn't get caught. Do the job perfectly as well as the mission. If I can't even do that as Miss Shizuru's partner, well, I'd be useless in this mission. Confirmed. I believe it's the stolen artifact. The male human, the thieves, they look nervous. They came into the bar but started to talk business without even ordering a drink. Ooh, unprofessional. Soft music, quiet mood, and silent customers. Among them were humans negotiating with demons, nervous at the fact that they had become wanted criminals. They're clumsy. Let's trigger the alarm and evacuate the civilians first. Then we tie them up with your ninja art and arrest them. Take down anyone who tried to run away. Wow. Okay. He jumps off the stage and beats the shit out of him. In one breath, Miss Shizuru swings her right arm unexpectedly fast, given how her slow dance had been previously. Before I knew it, a thorn whip struck the alarm on the wall. Oh, cool. The next moment, the bar, which had become peaceful, became chaotic with a shriek of the alarm, painting the bar in red. They never used this effect. Oh my god, that's cool. Normal customers ran towards the entrance, screaming at the sudden change, as well as the thieves. I'm not gonna lose you, wood art bitch, fluttering petals. Then Miss Shizuru's wood art broke the floor of the bar and all sorts of plants came out and bloomed their flowers. As she creates wind by cracking her whip, non-lethal poisonous pollen that paralyzes the body spreads in the air. Oh, what is this? A cop! Fortunately, no. I went behind the thieves who were incapacitated without being able to resist because of the sudden alarm and poisonous pollen. I knocked them out by punching them in their guts or necks. I just imagine Fuma just like JPEGing up to them, just like doing his chop motion and like punching over there, just like he's got 3 states of mind, just hits him in the gut. Nice job there. Oh shit, Taimanins! Oh! As I was neutralizing the thieves, the demons who escaped the chaos and turmoil attacked me. They were fast. They pulled themselves together faster than I expected. You've recovered fast. However, before the demon could punch me, the thorn whip wrapped around its wrist. Ugh! The thorn whip continued to wrap around the demon's hand, up to its arm, and knocked the demon down to the floor. It fell face first to the ground and got knocked out. We neutralized everyone like this. Fuma, tie him up good. Oh, yes, ma'am. Ordering everybody around. Eventually, we took everybody into custody and accomplished our mission. And that will be all, because everyone who was in the bar took a whiff of my scent. Okay. All we need to do is delete the surveillance footage. Well done, Fuma. The scent? Didn't I tell you I filled the bar with a scent that makes the memory foggy? Because our mission was at a bar where civilians come and go. That way, civilians would not know that Taimanins were involved in this. Right, Miss Shizuru, you saved me when I was in danger. Thank you. After informing the police I was watching over the men, we kept an eye on them so they wouldn't flee. While doing that, Miss Shizuru talked to me with a kind expression on her face. Something wrong? Yeah, there is. She took a moment. I acknowledge your commanding ability as captain of this task force, and I find you as a boy who can improve in so much in a short amount of time. Do ya? I was happy that she complimented me, but it was so out of the blue that I was afraid she had something else in mind. Oh, wow. Miss Shizuru sighed as if she had read my mind. Do you know how I could react so fast when the demon tried to attack you? And why I wasn't so shocked? Well, come to think of it, the human criminals were shocked and in chaos, unable to resist, whereas the demons pulled themselves together the right way and attacked me. To be honest, when Fuma told me the authenticity of the treasure, you were acting awkward, though a little. It was then, the moment when I was thinking that I should do my part as a proper partner of Miss Shizuru. Ugh, that's a lot of peas. Amateurs won't notice, but it was so awkward that a pro who is better than the Fuma you are now surely would notice. Oh. And that minuscule, that unnoticeable awkwardness can sometimes be a decider between life and death. That's how our world works there, Fuma. Oh, I see now. If I were alone on this mission, I would have definitely gotten injured, or worse, I would probably be dead. Yeah, I got carried away. Carried away? Miss Shizuru, you were doing the mission so perfectly, but I was still being clumsy when I was on this mission with you. As I said it, Miss Shizuru sighed as if what I just said was ridiculous. You make it so difficult to scold you. Oh, my goodness. And she gently gave me a noogie. Does that mean you know you still have a lot to learn and want to improve? Yes, oh, I'll try to my best one day to become the Taimanin who doesn't interfere during your missions. One day? Oh, that's a weak resolution. Sorry? You have the enthusiasm, but it was me that taught you the skills needed for this mission. It's my responsibility if you have any problems. I will teach you again so that you can become a perfect spy for any undercover mission, right after we hand over these punks to the police. Right after? Of course. We won't know when our next mission will be, will we? Miss Shizuru looked so happy when she said that. Oh, ha ha. I couldn't rebuke her, and from a few days after that, I had to learn the very basics of undercover missions once again. Oh, fantastic shit there, Shizuru. Once again, she's just out there laying into him. Lays into him like all the time with that, and I love it. Wow, I'm only missing 22 supporters. Hello there, Postman, and hello there, Jeff. How we all doing? We just did the intimacy scene, obviously, for the new Shizuru supporter, because I know I ain't missing that. 140. There's 141 supporters in this game. General pool, seasonal, package, limited. That's limited. I missed that. Missed that too. In fact, I have a lot. Yeah, I'm missing this one because that's actually really nice. Oh shit, I'm feeling my stomach. Did I do all my secret quests? No, that it flipped over. It's the next day. I forgot about that. Yeah, that Shizuru supporter was real plot heavy. It sure was. I mean, I think it worked the same way as like the old Shizuru supporter event, and also like the an event previously in the past, where Shizuru's got to teach Fuma. It's like, hey, buddy, you got to work on your undercover skills. It's like, I know I'm really bad at this. Please stop reminding me. Okay. But you still got to work hard, Fuma, because I'm going to keep teasing you about it. Oh, haha, lady. I won't lie, though. I really like that. It's like that. Maybe like the fact that I can recognize that it's happened this many times with Shizuru is, you know, it's a pattern. But also, I don't mind it because it's fun every single time. I love seeing Fuma get his getting totally canned on that sort of thing. Because Shizuru actually makes it fun. You had a bad week, but you ain't gonna let it get to me. Same here, there, Postman. Because my week has been interesting to say the least. Like yesterday, I had to begin my journey of dental correctiveness, so I could finally get my mouth worked on and make this pain go away. What's the problem though? Like, what's got you down so badly? Mueka, kaboom! It didn't kill. Oh, because it didn't crit. Ooh, nice. Let's see, who has stuff equipped? Rinko does. Let's get her. Kiko. You ever end up with as many hot teachers? You'd be conflicted on whether to be a troublemaker to get discipline or be on your best behavior to get praised. I don't know. You really want to deal on like what the punishment is with the Taimanins, because as you can see there, guys, they're not afraid to get nasty. Because the last thing I want to do is be reprimanded by a woman who has like, what does Shizuru have? She has 2 PhDs. She probably has like several other master's degrees in other fields. Speaks 6 languages, and is like pretty much goddamn near fluent and perfect in a lot of other stuff as well. Or at least has a degree of mastery in it that most other people don't have. Like that is a grown ass woman right there. Like she spent like most of her life doing that, and that is what she does on a regular basis. Compared to someone like Rinko over here, like she's like 16 or 17 years old. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing with her life yet, but she knows she's gonna be slaughtering demons. I love this color for Rinko's race outfit so much. It's like, it's great. Because then I can use it with her demon weapon, and it's like, it's perfect. So the pink and black coloring scheme, it's like awesome. Awesome. It's great. 76, 610. That means she doesn't have a main equipped. Yep. Come here. No, I want this. This is a really good costume. Pretty in pink. Just she's pretty cool. There we go. Because she doesn't have anything equipped. Negative thoughts. Well, my teeth have yet to be fixed. I gotta see consultation on like May 1st, so I can then finally get the surgery set up for it. Oh, I got it made, I got it made, I got it made. Oh, I'm hot teacher. Dude. God, Van Halen is so fucking good. See, now they're Postman, you reminded me, it's like, I want to go listen to, like, Volcano. No, it's not Volcano, it's Eruption. That's what I have in my mouth. It's like, go listen to Eruption. Because, like, no, Eruption is, like, the introduction to Jump, I think. No, it's not, It's not. Damn it. I forget what that is. I forget what the intro to that song is for, but it's like, it's so good. Every time I hear Eruption, it's like, that's great. And I know, like, when they play Eruption at, like, a Van Halen concert, that's one of those songs that they just go, like, they go fucking nuts with. They just have the time of their life playing it. Those Van Halen guys gotta be like 80 years. Those guys should be like 70 years old now. That's one of those moments where I'm growing up right now and I realize, like, man, all my favorite bands are gonna, like, die off. Like the guys from AC/DC, I think they were like, they've gotta be really old. Like, I know most of the members of Pink Floyd are almost like are dying in some way. Like I think is Roger Waters actually dead? He may be. I like MILFs, but I don't like GILFs. You like GILFs like Sally D'Angelo? Okay, Raptor, I gotcha. It's like, oh man. But yes, we went over the Big Mommy update that's coming up very soon. It's gonna be coming up on May 2nd. Let's give her something good. Flat boost. Blue skies from gray. She's a human. We give her the human boost. That's it. That's that, and a new Rinko outfit as well, because they're phasing out our old Golden Pass and putting in a new one. Like when they showed the video yesterday of Rinko's new outfit, it's like, it's a Chinese dress, but it's one of those Chinese, but it's like also one of those sets of clothes where when they put it on Rinko, they stretch the clothes, and like my God, they did not hesitate with her. Like, holy shit, they stretch the textures. She is stretching the textures on that dress really, really hard. Like, it's nuts. Popcorners. Oh, it's Sayuri from Senran Kagura. I think the old lady form is Sayuri, and it's something else is the younger form. Jasmine, that's it. Jasmine is the transformed version, and you can actually play as her in that game. Of course, she's DLC, and she's like one of the most. She's like her, Daidoji, and Rin are like obviously like busted tier characters. Because I remember getting I remember I was using Rin in like Estival Versus, and she's like absolutely like cash money insane. Like, oh my God. Man, I want to play Senran Kagura again someday on this, because that's like that was really, really fun. That would be a nice thing where I just sit down for like 4 or 5 hours and have to narrate everything again. But it's Estival Versus, so it's like I can handle that. Did I finish all of that? Yes, I did. Let's see, we're clearing out the event. I need more of these. Oh my god, times 10, baby. Oh, yes. Show me the money. I want speed boosters. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about it because it's like it's because of this, that Taimanin's and Ninja Gaiden are like one of my favorite series. I do enjoy ninjutsu and all that sort of stuff. It's really, really cool. Oh, I pressed the button too early. Meow, that's gay. Do I have enough points? Yes, I do. You know, that was even a very poor farm, and I still get 20 seconds. I have to put like effort. Yeah, here's something I wanted to talk about with Saika. When Saika released, I put my #1 record on like chapter 4 of Time Attack. And the top times, you know, like I was able to beat the top times. But here's the thing. Those top times like were held by like Sues and Rins and all that sort of stuff. Characters who don't have to work very hard to get those sort of times. And like I'm out here like trying to do my best to optimize the situation. I think it's still there. Like I have to do my best to optimize the situation, but when you play as Rin, you just don't care, and you win. See, look at that! Good job, Timemania. You actually got it up there. Gale Kick, Calamity over, Kick Stomp. Yeah, that's what I figured. Because you have something that sucks up. You have the suction feature. No, you have increased range, and you have a cooldown buster. That's what I figured. She's literally that strong. Yeah, but I figured I would lose my time at some point. But like this was the #1 time for a while. It beats me by 1.5 seconds. That's pretty good. But it's like, look, like right here. It's I have to work really hard to get these sort of times, and then you have like all the rest of them. You go to somewhere like you go to Rin, Thunder Slut. That's my favorite. You got Rins, you got Ainas up in the top slot. There's another Rins and Rinkos. Another Rin. There's another Rin. Aina, Rin, Aina, Astaroth, Aina, Rin, Emily, all those sort of characters. All the low investment, high speed characters. Then you have characters like, you know, Saika, well, New Age, Sakura, like all these other ones. It's like these are characters who have low investment and it can go very, very quickly. So it's like that's good for them. For me, just a lowly little player, I've got to work real hard to make my my builds work to get these low times. Saika's fucking insane. Dude, Postman, Saika's just like Saika folds fucking everything. You guys want to see some? You want to have a real fun moment right here? Let's go to 75 again, because I love showing this off so much. Where are you, girl? You're all the way at the end because you're brand new. I gotta take off my farming build. I gotta put on the big dick magic. It's that boss buster. Do that. Because I'm very sure this can work. In fact, I don't have to be sure because I know it will. Shadowless, we have to take off Quick Stomp. Shadowless. Hurricane. We need Moonsault because it's the only way we're going to win. Demolition, Takeover. Oh, that's right. We need Takeover because this is the whole reason why it works. Yeah. Since she's also a machine, like, most things don't affect her. Like, everything is regarded to humans. Like, we just go here. Like, this is 75. It's obviously, you know, got some things about it. There we go. I didn't put on her critical Nagatamas. Whoops. The fact that you can just sit around here and not use invincibility is like the biggest thing in the world for me. Like, I cannot get enough of that. The fact that I can go here against extremely dangerous enemies, man fight them, and win is like such an enormous thing for my life. Oh no, she got stunned. Oh fuck. Oh, I hate it. It didn't crit. Because I knew if it did crit, it would have healed her. Oh, that was so close. Like, you can win. You can be risky. You can be risky with her. Oh, it does have it on them. Good. That's like the best part with Saika. You can just be risky. With Green Saika, at least you can be so ungodly risky. You can take like things you shouldn't be doing and make creations of events for herself. It's like the best thing ever. It's the same thing with Aina, because she can just get in there and like break into a situation. Situations she shouldn't regularly be doing, but she does it anyways. 5,000 HP. Damn it, that's not gonna help. Takeover and disarm. Takeover was like great. I'm so glad that there's someone now that has a natural way to inflict disarm. Like, it's not a slow, it's not a stun, it's just straight up disarm. Yeah, it's not a slow, it's not a stun, it's a disarm. Don't even think about touching me, you nasty little gremlin. One combo and I flattened them all to pieces. That is like the extreme amount of power that she has behind her. That felt good. I didn't even have to use invincibility. I didn't have to do anything like that. And the thing is, she can do that with all three of her colors. Like, it's fucking crazy. That's just how much of a difference disarm makes. Like, I got off that one disarm, and I was able to get them to, like, I was able to get her to attack like that. I made the situation happen, because obviously, like, I'm using this, like, big dick critical build. But even on something like, let's go to red. Let's do that again. Because I just love showing, because I haven't seen you in a while, Postman. So I want to show this off. Because I think you made it to the last one when Saga came out. So I want to show it. My boy needs to see. Like, yeah, it's fucking crazy. She's like Aina. Like, with Aina, you can actually play like a hit and run and be like, you know, slowly but surely make your way over there. With Aina, it's just like, man, it's like this shit's happening right here and now. Shadowless kick, we need heat kick. No, we need takeover, because there's no way we can't win without takeover. Did I take Calamity for it? I think I did. Well, heat kick is obviously what we're doing this with. Gale, kick, spinning. You show off. It's a little bit of a show off, obviously, but this is but it's like, it's the capability that she has. The fact that you can just sit there, the fact I could sit here and do that within 40 seconds and nothing hurt her is such an enormous thing. I think I can actually, no, I used Miss Felicia. And I need, she's not suppress. We need our good friend Lydia. Oh, Lydia, please. Well, obviously we can use Spica because critical booster. Because I'm pretty sure that's how that worked. Oh man, where is it? It's not bosses. She's not a demon. She doesn't get to benefit from that. I may just be able to take a damage booster then. Yep. Stella! Spinning kick? Yeah, it's a used spinning kick. I want to try that though. I want to just go full red. Just go crazy. That's right. I used the Shiranui supporter. There it is. Where it's a death sentence if we win. Where it's like it's a 100% death sentence like sort of build. You either win or you don't. Isn't that how the game works? You win or you don't? Alright, that's the kind of damage I was expecting. Red is all about power. Alright, let's see if I can get this to work. Come here. Come here, girls! Mm. Uh-oh. Oh, gosh, she hits so hard. Don't you touch me. Just shoot the ball. Oh, I got hit by the side. Oh, I got hit by the side. She gave me the side eye, but that was a really good run. I got down to Yukikaze. Damn. That's just the raw power that Saika has behind her. You can do stupid shit and get away with it. Hitomi and Anri. That's right, that's the set they did for Nadine J. That lady does a good job. She gives really good modeling sets for up-and-comers in Europe. Thorn in my side. Oh yes, it's like she just gets smacked by the ball because I forget that's like when she does Raiju down, the ball comes out and it's oh. It killed Sakura. Oh my god. Yeah, there we go. No invincibility required. That's just pure power, baby. That's powerful stuff. Hiya. That was faster than in green. It also helped that I had the Shiranui damage pool up, but even then it's just like it didn't matter. It's just so good. Now let's do it in blue. See, the fact I can do this in all three colors just is like, it's fantastic. I can be aggressive. I can just get mean with them. It's fun. I think I can do it well in blue. And even then, if I just put it in that, it won't matter too much. So let's try. We put it in here, Felicia. Ranged booster. We got melee fun with Hiragi. Honestly, I could just go 2. She's not protect. She's just demons. I like her blue build because it's all about massive amounts of suction and do 1 billion damage. It's only for passives. Yeah, for snared. Does she have any debuffs in blue? I don't think so. By demon characters. Damage taken. to buy, damn it. Where is Furfur? There she is. It's just free damage. Oh, it's not even reduction. I saw your little video up there, Postman, about your blue builds. That's good stuff. Then I got a full blue purist. It's like, dang. I guess I could probably use Suzune. It's a damage up. It's like a net damage thing, but it's just pure stats. This is also a very sad supporter. Only 24% damage reduction at like at 5/5. It's like, my goodness. We have other supporters who do that. Much, much better. You heard Purple Rain. It's like, oh man, we getting that. I almost called him Charlie Murphy. And we get some Prince in here. I guess if I had to do it, I could probably no. I mean, I already have the spinning kick takeover. We got the particle booster. All right, obviously we can't get rid of takeover. It's like, man, like I really wish I had the 4th skill slot, because with Saika you always want takeover. It's like, it's so good. It's one of those skills where it's like, man, it works in every single build. It's so strong. It's so versatile. It's like, so many of her skills rely on setup, and that takes all the problems out of the setup equation. She wants the animation to fully resolve, and it lets it happen. It also goes to show that most of her animations last 4 seconds. Like, my god. I don't know what man on the internet is there, Raptor. You're gonna have to elaborate. Alright, let's get it started. 'Oh, I got Hulk hands. I got Hulk hands, baby. Oh, he sings songs of video games. It's like, yeah, I most likely have not heard of that guy then. I usually don't look up those sort of, like, covers. Because, I mean, it's like, it's a cover. I've heard the song, but it's like, sometimes it's nicer in a certain style, but I get where they're coming from. Yeah, I got way too risky back. I understand you can be risky with Saika, but I can't be as risky as, like, I can in green or red. The damage is not as, like, massively explosive, but it's still there. Oh, did he do the soundtrack for myhouse.wad? I love it when they can do really fun stuff in the oh shit! Now I gotta concentrate. I barely got out of that one. Jeez. $73,000 damage, my goodness. No, please. I'm so glad that gives defense. No, takeover on that gives defense up. Nuke him! Nuke him, baby! Give him a good kick. Look at her, she's going fucking nuclear. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Got him. Oh man, okay, that's one. Yay, we did it. No invincibility, no problem. Winning through attrition. Because she sure as hell wasn't doing very good damage, but we won through perseverance. That's what I like. Saika actually feels like a character you can do these things with, because you can just win through thinking and skill and planning and doing all that sort of stuff. You know, like how a game really should be. Like how a good game is. Saika feels like a character from another game they copied and put her in here, and lo and behold, she actually learns how to work out. Ugh. God, she's so much fucking fun. And then like we go use Shizuru and it's like a whole different story. Like I gotta sit there for like 45 years and like do that. Let's use her. Sit there for 40 years. Oh, we have to use invincibility here for her because she's not gonna be able to resolve anything. You can't get aggressive with her on that. You can do that with like Felicia, because Felicia, man, she's like Shizuru but fast. Where are you, Beretta? Whip shots sprouted up that garden. Rose Rondo. Got the weapon on that. You guys are pretty much more knowledgeable on those remixes and that sort of stuff. Like every time I use YouTube, it's like it is not more or less to like look up. Well, it is sometimes look up music, but I don't really try to look up like a whole bunch of new artists or anything like that. And mostly just use it like a modern day radio or a TV. Because most of my time is obviously spent playing the game. Do I want to take whip shot? It's the only thing I really got. Also, look, Postman, I got this sick ass color for her. It fits her. It fits her so good. It's great. It's great. I love it. Let's win. We gave her 60,000 health because goddamn, she needs it. What's the cup size? Very big. Very fucking big. What's her size? Fucking enormous. That's what she is. Bishojo Mom livestream. What do you subscribe to the OnlyFans there, Buster? Getting those implied nudes with all those fun sets she does. Come on. 12 seconds. I've already lost it all. Okay. I'm only getting one. I wouldn't be surprised if Bishoujo Mom does like a set for like Shizuru one day, because that's something that's such a her character. More or less like the classic fat titted body with a soft face. She was on Twitch and YouTube. Wow, she playing like Fire Emblem or some shit or whatever. That's your game. It's like only fans. Yeah, I only got 10 fans over here. It's you guys, and I appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Come here, baby. That didn't do any damage. Look at her go. My goodness, Shizuru. There you go. See, Shizuru is a great powerhouse, except for the whole fact that I had to use invincibility to make that happen, which is like saying, okay, I just might as well just put God mode on and complete the level. That's what it takes to get those skills out there. I can't play as fast and loose as I want to. I mean, it makes me almost wish this game had like a block button or something. Like, can I block some attacks? Can I dodge some attacks? I just read that. She's eating different kinds of food, and she's got 4 pet snakes. I wonder what those snakes do, Bishoujo. What do them snakes do, lady? Not out of the ordinary for a very extraordinary person. Boy, man, you really know your stuff about her. She can do it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to like complete 81 to this floor without 81 Tokiko, because like oh my god, she's got a 4. What does Tokiko have? One day we'll have a stream about that. We'll have Tokiko's tower run. It will be like the most painful experience I've ever had, because I have to sit there and use Tokiko for like 2 hours. It's like, why do you have to be so inferior to like your sister over there? It's like, is it so hard to be good? Like, well, it's at +3. We could do a hell of a lot better. But it's like, goddamn, 4-5. Asuka was able to do this shit 3-5. And Asuka had to fight real hard to get there. She was also at 81, but regardless. Ah, well. I'm rambling. I'm rambling too much. I'm going for a while, though. We're having lots of fun. All right. Thanks for coming by, everybody. That was a really good time. We got to see the new race outfits. We did the event, farmed it up, saw the intimacy supporter, and we also got Shizuru's brand new stuff. Everybody looks great. Looking fantastic. Thank you, ladies. Thanks for helping. Thanks for stopping by. And thank you, everybody, for coming on over as well. Thanks for hanging out. Don't you well, everybody. Don't you well, everybody. We'll be back next time. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.